Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the 71st Hour podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jamie, and as always, joined by a couple of guys.
Yeah.
Ben and Nathan. How you guys
It's
doing?
been a while.
It was like as the intro was rolling, I was like, oh yeah, usually I have like an adjective to describe you both. This time no adjective. Nothing.
No adjective.
Listen to this smart degree man with his adjectives.
Yeah, it is in his big words.
Big
What you learned that in
adjective.
what, grade 1, grade 2?
That's
Yeah.
3 syllables.
Yeah.
Adjective.
That's a big word.
I remember when I was in grade 1, I was very impressed when I spelled jump correctly. Still
Jump.
remember that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Everyone spells it like, I don't know how there were a bunch of morons in my class.
Yeah.
I mean, they were 6, 7 years old, so maybe not. But
Fucking moron.
yeah, jump used to be a hard word.
Yeah. And
Maybe they spelled it with like
what?
like
The
a-
word what?
What?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, like WHAT. That was the word that everyone hard got.
Well,
That was the word that
there's a H
everyone
there.
heard.
Yeah, the H is real hard to find.
Yeah. No, people found that
Um,
word very confusing to
I
spell.
still cringe at people messing up their there, and there.
Oh yeah.
It's like, come on, man. This
Yeah.
shit is like basic.
It's basic understanding, right? Yeah.
I still sometimes get caught up on effect and effect. Occasionally.
Effect and effect.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I
I
can
have to
understand
Google
I
that
can
like
understand
90% of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can understand that.
especially when I'm doing emails
Mm.
that are going to important people that I'm like, I don't want to be the moron that, especially, I
That
got
says
that
the wrong
degree
way.
there, like I don't want to be the person putting in like effect instead of affect or vice versa.
Mhm.
So how you guys been?
Yeah, pretty
It's
good.
been a while.
Been
yeah.
a little bit. I still like how at the end of last episode, we were like, oh yeah, so next week we'll be talking about Spider-Man 2. And then it's been like a month and a half since
A
then.
month later.
It's like, yeah, really excited to talk about Spider-Man 2. No, we just got busy.
We
Yeah,
lost
but we-
funding for a while, but we managed to find a new sponsor.
Yeah, new
this
sponsor.
week.
Yeah,
Brought to you by
unfortunately,
Nord Shadow Legends.
yeah, we were actually we were sponsored by Israel, and they got a bit busy.
shit.
So,
Shit.
we're a
Oh,
bit
no.
busy. They got a
Yeah.
bit busy with the genocide. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we had to find a new sponsor.
Yeah.
This week is brought
So
to
we
you by
chose North
Palestine.
Korea, actually.
Yeah,
We
let's
chose
do
North
that.
Korea.
Yeah.
So quickly, this week, obviously Thanksgiving in the US, and Thanksgiving, everyone, America thinks they're the center of the universe,
Of
and
course.
so there's
We
no
are.
gaming news in. Why are you doing the deal pose? What is this? We give you one Thanksgiving, you get no gaming news.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's basically no news this week. But there is like a stockpile of things that have happened over the
Yes.
last couple weeks.
That's a good thing. I'm
since
not
we
doing
last,
this for a month. Yeah.
we last spoke. So it's kind of crazy that we're not going to talk about it for too long, but it is kind of crazy that we got like the official announcement that we're getting GTA 6, a
Yes.
trailer, in like a couple weeks.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
I
crazy,
like how
right?
this entire year, we kept talking about. We're like, it has to be announced eventually. Like, it has to be announced here. Like, we kept saying it had to be announced eventually. So I think it makes sense that it came out, but still, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's still
It's cool until I realize that it's probably going to be like a minute maximum trailer.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
100%.
It'll be just
You know,
like the last one, or GTA
Yeah.
5 one. Yeah.
Because you always get like the tone setter,
Yes.
and it will still look really good. Like you can imagine like Red Dead Redemption 2 level graphics, but in a city. That's going to be dope.
It's gonna be dope.
But yeah, the fact that it will probably be like a minute long, and they'll say like the release date will be probably end of 2024, and then it will get delayed a year to 2025, and yeah, that's just kind of the Rockstar way at this point. It's still going to be cool to see the game as intended, because obviously we have sort of seen a bit of it
Are
unintentionally
you
with the
are you guys
leaks.
excited for be subscription based? Because the CEO said that
Subscription based, yeah,
yeah.
what hourly?
yeah,
Oh,
he said pay by hour. Yeah, you
What
guys
the
excited for that?
hell?
Man, Twitter is such a cesspool now because
really
I've
is.
seen constantly multiple false reports that GTA 6 is going to cost like $90.
Yeah.
It's like they are not going to do that. They're
No.
not going to. It's going to cost $70. It's going to be 125 here.
Yeah.
We know, like, they're not going to do that. They're not going to cost. It's not going to. What they'll probably do, they'll probably be a super special edition that gets you like 72 hours early access. That'll
Yeah,
happen for sure.
100%.
Will I buy that? Yes, because
Yeah.
I'm an absolute chump
Yeah,
when it comes to
same.
this early access
Yeah.
stuff. They keep doing these early access, like, oh, you get 3 days early access, and I keep buying it because I'm like, yeah, I do want to play it early.
Yeah, I remember.
Especially-
I remember when I devolved with Diablo 4. Where I was like, I'm going to get normal. Oh, Jimmy, you're getting early access. Oh, I played a bit. Oh, it's pretty
Well,
good.
here's
oh,
the
you
thing.
know what? I think early access is fine.
They're going
Like,
after the working class because
Yes.
it
Yes.
releases on Tuesday, but you can get early access to get it Friday. It's
Yeah,
like, well,
Starfield is what did that for me. I was like,
yeah,
well,
it's like
I'm not
either
gonna play it till next week otherwise.
yeah, either I play it on Tuesday for like 3 hours and then go to bed, or I play it all weekend. It's like, okay, well, I think playing it all weekend is actually worth the price increase.
Yeah.
And those are the people that have the money to do it too, so they know what they're doing.
Exactly. And I honestly think next year we're gonna see it like really ramp up with the early access stuff, because I
Did it
feel
a
like
month
this year
early.
was the year that it really was. So there was a rumor that with Call of Duty 2024 that apparently Activision's looking at doing like multiple week early access for like the zombie mode or whatever for Call of Duty 2024.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like, so for the zombie mode, so because
Yeah.
they've been doing it for the campaign, like you can pre-order to get the campaign a week early, that's cool.
That's fine.
But they were like, yeah, there was a rumor that they are experimenting with like even further back early access, because I guess like multiplayer usually gets polished up down to the wire for when it releases, but stuff like campaign and multiplayer and zombies, they're done, you know, they're sort of done well in advance. So yeah, I feel like it's going to really ramp up. And especially when stuff comes to Game Pass and they're like, well, we can get a little bit more money out of these people by, you know, you can get the Game Pass version, but it comes out on a Tuesday, or you can spend $50 more and get it earlier. So yeah, GTA is going to do that.
GTA
Sure.
100%. GTA, I feel like GTA, especially with GTA Online for GTA 6, is really going to push in their GTA Online subscription. What is it, GTA Plus?
GTA Plus,
Yeah.
which is not on PC. It's very strange.
Still not on PC, which is insane.
No. And I think it's literally because Take-Two are so greedy, they don't want to give Valve any percentage of that subscription money. Because if you have a subscription on Steam, they take 30%.
Yeah.
True. True. That's
But they're
funny.
still taking 30, like you assume
Exactly.
PlayStation and Xbox would take 30% for subscriptions.
Yeah, 100%.
They take something. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, oh, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so
Everyone
it's
takes
weird.
something.
It's weird that it's not on PC.
Yeah, it's odd.
It kind of it fed into the like the next gen, but like the PS5 and Series X version of GTA 5.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. Like, it's weird that those versions have ray tracing, but the PC version doesn't.
PC does not, right? Yeah, it's very odd. It's very odd that you have like mod for ray tracing. Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah.
Yeah, Take-Two is fucking weird. It's like once a game releases on PC for them, they're like, okay, that's it. We stop support because they're sort of behind on content.
Oh,
I know we
very
talked
much
about
so,
it a little bit for GTA 6, like where there's no parity between GTA 5 next gen versions of PC at the moment. So
Correct. Yep. Very odd. Very odd.
very strange. Anyway, so a couple weeks back, the Game Awards announced their nominees. So I thought it would be cool to go through the nominees and kind of get our thoughts on them, because there were I'd say some surprises here, and kind of predict where we think the winner, maybe what we think will win and what we want to win.
Yes.
Because like I imagine in some cases there's going to be some differences there. So starting out, this is it's kind of a weird award. It's a most anticipated game, right? I don't know why they do this. It seems a bit weird. Like imagine the Oscars was like most anticipated movie. Like it just seems odd. So you got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. Honestly, this list shows me just how little is kind of announced for next year.
Very much so.
Where this
Yeah.
list is a bit
Yeah.
like
This list is so.
It's pretty mid. It's pretty mid.
it's. I
Yeah.
mean, you got Star Wars there, obviously. You got Final
Star
Fantasy
Wars
VII,
cool.
but like,
I'm still
Hey-
not sure about that Star Wars game, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm not sure as well.
yeah.
Ubisoft
But that takeoff
commitment.
scene, that takeoff scene was cool.
I mean, Massive kind of pops off. I like the Division.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're releasing an Avatar game in a couple weeks, so there's
Well,
that.
that's true. Forgot about that.
That'll gauge
Yeah, true.
maybe how this Star Wars Outlaws will go. But then you got like Tekken 8, which is, you know, I'm sure it's popular, but it's
Yeah.
not like
It's not big. You know what I mean? Like
it's not
it's not
it's
our
not
thing.
massive. I'm honestly
Anticipated,
surprised.
Maybe. Yeah, not.
I'm surprised that like Hollow Knight Silksong.
I was gonna say because I think because Silksong is still like they haven't pushed it back yet. They haven't said it's going.
I think all of these have like tentative dates for this year.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
2024. So maybe that's why they're on the list.
It's
I mean, like
on their
Hades
list
2
to
is like
100%.
a bit of a cop out because it's gonna be early access. Like it's
very
not,
much so.
not
Yeah.
the full release.
Um,
In terms of what's gonna win, I don't know. I really don't. I'm
I
Final
think-
Fantasy VII Rebirth maybe.
most likely is either Rebirth or Hades 2 for me. I think those two are gonna win. I think it's one of those two. For most anticipated.
I think Hades 2 is gonna be really
Yeah.
popular. I wonder how many people think that don't realize it's gonna be early access next year.
Yeah, I don't think many people do, which is very odd. It's a roguelike still, right? It's a roguelike. It's very odd. I haven't really heard too many roguelites that started in early access.
There's been, I mean,
There's been a couple.
there's been,
but...
I think because Hades 1 early access did so well for them, they're
then
kind of
also early
following that
access?
same. Yeah, Hades 1 was early
Oh.
access as well.
Okay.
So I think
okay.
because it released, actually, Hades 1, it released exclusively on the Epic Games Store in
Oh,
early
it
access.
did,
And then a year
right,
later,
yeah.
released on Steam.
That's right. Yeah.
For 1.0. So yeah, I don't know. I'm actually, it's funny. Hades 2, like, obviously, I fucking love Hades 1, but I'm not super excited for Hades 2 because I think I just want to wait for 1.0.
Yeah.
I don't really want to play a roguelite where, like, you imagine it's probably like the first area, you know, and then you beat the boss, and it's like,
yeah,
okay.
first couple, like,
And then you give some,
boss,
you give
right?
some
Yeah.
like, after you finish the game, you give some like playtest notes and whatever, and then that's it. It's like, okay.
Yeah. And then a couple of months later, they have maybe the next bit. And then
Yeah,
maybe
it was
the
like,
next
oh, it's a
bit.
new weapon. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't really want.
yeah.
A roguelite isn't something I want to experience like piecemeal.
Piece by
So,
right?
doesn't
Exactly.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
no,
I
agree.
think Star Wars Outlaws has a good chance just because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, that was
True.
my prediction just because of the name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got
I
Star
can
Wars
see
there.
that.
The reason I say Final Fantasy VII is because it's coming out pretty early in the year. Like it's got a proper date. It's like the end of Feb.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Tekken 8 do as well. Like they're like the end of Jan. So I don't know. It's a bit of a weird category.
It's
I'm
a
gonna say
weird
Final Fantasy
category.
VII Rebirth. Just
Yeah,
because.
I'm also gonna do Rebirth as well. Yeah.
Moving
Yeah.
on. I just fucked up the.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. We'll move on to best adaptation. Where I gotta find it in the list. Jesus Christ. Where is it?
There's a fucking lot of them.
There's a
Holy.
lot.
I decided to get rid of. We're not doing
Yeah.
the esports stuff because I'm like,
Yeah.
we don't.
I don't know anything about them.
I don't know anything about esports.
Apparently, one of the one of the coaches that's nominated wasn't even coaching this year in esports. It's like it just goes to show who's voting on these. Like they're not really in the esports scene so much. They're just like, oh, this seems like a good pick. Anyway, best adaptation. You've got Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal.
It's got to be Gran Turismo, man.
We both immediately went.
Also, I think it's fucked up they don't have Gran Turismo's full title here, which is
Yeah.
Gran Turismo based on a true story. Like,
Yeah.
where is the
What the hell,
subtitle
man?
there? Like, I mean,
I think Last of Us.
Oh,
no,
obviously.
actually,
it's obviously going to be Last of
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, it's either Last of Us or Super Mario. It's one of those. But I'm pretty sure it's Last of Us. Right?
Last of Us is what will win, and I think that's what should win.
Yes.
Because Last of Us
But-
is one of those shows where it's like it's not just going to get nominated here. Like it's going to be probably nominated for a bunch of Emmys and
Like
Yeah.
an actual TV show.
only
it's an
thing I'm
actual
worried
TV
about-
show. Yeah.
The only thing I'm worried about Super Mario is that was a big movie. That was a bit like I'm worried.
And I'm not sure because I know the way Game Awards works is for a lot of like the proper awards, 90% of the voting is like the critics, and then 10% is the fan voting. I'm not sure with adaptation and most anticipated game if it's like 100% voting, like fan voting. So when it comes to
That would make
adaptation,
sense. Yeah.
I
mean,
hope,
if it's all fan voting, then Mario might actually take it.
yeah, I hope it's Last of Us, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mario. I wouldn't.
It's between those two. Like I
It
mean,
is 100%.
shit, Gran Turismo's
can't-
here.
I
Like
can't-
Gran
dude, I
Turismo's
can't
like
wait
a
for Gran
fucking
Turismo to actually
completely
win.
mid-ass movie. Like
Yeah, I can't wait for Gran Turismo to actually win. Yeah,
What's
even-
it got on like
Yeah,
the
what's it
ratings?
got? Yeah, what's it
I
got?
think
Hold
it.
on.
I honestly, I don't think it did that
Gran-
badly considering,
Fucking type.
Turismo.
but it didn't do too badly. It got a 65.
A 65. How did
And
Twisted
then-
Metal do? How did Twisted Metal do?
I think Twisted Metal did actually pretty good. I think it scored pretty well. I mean,
68.
Rotten Tomatoes is 68. Okay, well, I mean, pretty good for Why does Twisted Metal have a 94% audience score? No, these Twisted Metal fanatics are weird, dude.
Yeah,
They're
bro.
like, shit, we
Oh
finally
my
got some
God.
food, some fucking good food.
They're finally cooking. Like, it's just, yeah, it's just
What
The
the
audience
hell?
score for Gran Turismo is 98%.
What the fuck? No.
No way. See, but are
people
people
high?
going into this movie being like, I was expecting a trash fire and I found
and they
a
actually came out to
decent
be, like,
story.
decent. Yeah. No,
I
yeah.
still can't believe they retarded a Gran Turismo based on a true story. That is
It's
like
really
that is completely wild to
It's
me.
so funny.
It wasn't always called that, was it?
No,
Like-
it wasn't.
Yeah,
It
got
was when it
changed.
was first announced. It was Gran Turismo, and then they're
Yeah.
like, "Shit, we need to make sure that people realize this is based on a true story."
Yeah.
What do we name
make
it?
sure to put it in the
Oh, just
title,
add
yeah.
based on a true story to
Well,
the end
that's
of it.
it is fair because I was expecting it to be like a Fast and Furious esque movie.
Same. Yeah.
Like the Gran Turismo universe.
Yeah.
But they can also just put based on a true story like in the trailer, like
Yeah,
not
I know. I don't
Yeah.
know why it has to be in the title.
Yeah.
because I haven't seen it obviously. I'm wondering if
What?
like, of course, have you seen it? You seen this shit? I can't
I've
believe
seen
we
it.
didn't go to the movies to see this. You love watching these shitty video game
We
adaptations.
don't get student discounts anymore, man.
No, I don't
Now
think
it's
so.
serious.
It's like $50 to go to the movies.
But I'm wondering if like the like in the credits, if it actually like the title card, if it actually says Gran Turismo based on a true story, or if it's just Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that. I'll have to
'Cause-
go and watch it now.
Yeah, have to go see it. Are you back,
Surely
guys?
it's gonna be on a streaming service soon.
I'll pick up the DVD.
I'm check. If it's on, I'm watching it tonight. If it's on like a service,
Yeah, I think it was when I looked.
it's $7 to rent.
Oh, it's not on anything yet.
Not
though,
on
yeah.
anything yet. Yeah, disgusting.
$6
Yeah.
on play. on
I
Amazon.
think I think Last of Us is that's what I want to win, and that's what I think will win. So
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
No, I agree.
It will.
moving on to best narrative. We have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now I know, like some of you haven't played all of these games here, so you guys haven't played Cyberpunk.
Yes. I have
Seta,
not
you
played
haven't finished Final Fantasy.
I'm about halfway through Final Fantasy now. Halfway, I'm nearly done, I think, actually.
And you haven't played Alan Wake 2,
I
which is
don't
a
play
crime.
Final Fantasy. Yeah.
So I think what will win is Baldur's Gate 3,
Yeah, I agree with that.
but I think Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty should win.
Ooh,
Personally.
okay. Okay. Interesting.
I'm a
I-
Remedy boy. You know that.
I mean, Alan Wake 2 is so good though.
Yeah.
I the reason I choose Cyberpunk is just because I want it to win something.
Mm.
I reckon it'll win something. I don't know what it will win, but
I think
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 is actually gonna surprisingly pick up more awards than I would expect, because I think everyone kind of expects a Baldur's Gate 3 sweep.
Sweet.
yeah.
But I
there's so many good
don't-
games this year.
Man, I don't
like,
know.
I think, for me, I think Baldur's Gate's gonna win it, but I actually do, from what I've played of it, I know I haven't finished it, but Final Fantasy, the story of Final Fantasy, like the main story that I've played so far, is really good.
I
Like,
will say it gets a bit nonsensical in the last third.
It does? Okay. Okay.
That's
yeah.
why I think, because that was one when these got announced, I saw some people kind of dunking on the fact that FF16 is nominated here, because it's like it probably doesn't necessarily deserve to be like in the best narrative conversation, to me at least. Like best music for sure, absolutely, but
Yeah.
best narrative, like it didn't, like I as I said, when I finished it, I was like, the last 90 minutes are like some of the best of any game I've ever played, but it wasn't the story. It was like the
just the
music and the
spectacle. Yeah.
spectacle and the hype and like all of it coming together, but it wasn't like the narrative necessarily that
Yeah,
was
that
like
makes
was pulling me through it.
I
But
love
like,
how...
dude, Cyberpunk 2077. Like, I'll talk about it later when we get to what we've been playing. But like, that expansion is like next level in terms of like up there with a full release. Like, it's like 30 hours, and it's like it's just absolutely spectacular. Like,
I love how we haven't even
insane.
talked about Spider-Man 2.
it's so funny. Like,
It's a good story, but like
It's not best narrative. No,
Yeah.
I think Baldur's Gate 3 is better. Haven't played Alan Wake 2. Haven't played
Alan Wake
Cyberpunk.
2 is so if I had to rank these, I would say in terms of narrative, like exclusively, Cyberpunk's my number 1, Alan Wake 2 is number 2, Baldur's Gate 3 is 3, and then Spider-Man, and then Final Fantasy. That's
Yeah,
how I'd rank
yeah.
them.
Mhm.
Because like here's the thing with narrative, right? Is like I think the characters of Baldur's Gate 3 are really fucking great, like fantastic. Like probably some of the best character work this entire year.
Yeah.
But the actual plot and what's driving the story,
Yeah, I agree.
I
It's-
didn't like love. Like
it's
I
very
didn't
much
love
held
the
together by
whole
tape.
like,
It
and
does-
especially that last
does
act.
have to kind of be like that for a game like that too.
It
Totally.
does.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing.
With Alan Wake 2, where it's like, you know, start to finish, we wrote this story. But with so many weaving things in Baldur's Gate, it's kind of
It's so
do.
hard to pull that off, like with the different pathways, and to make all of that feel satisfying. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there is like a more satisfying version of that story that I didn't experience. It was just like, for me, my ending didn't hit.
I do agree with you. I think that the individual stories that you get in between in Baldur's Gate are like really good, like some of the best. The overall narrative, I think it is what holds.
And that's
all
why it's so
together.
difficult.
Exactly.
I think,
It's
like,
tough.
Every string of Alan Wake 2 is like top notch.
Mhm.
but I don't think every thread in Baldur's Gate 3 is top notch.
Exactly. Yeah, I think.
And I
like,
think other RPGs have done that kind of story better.
I agree. No, I agree. I think that like, for example, I think like Shade's Heart story is really good. I think what do you call Asterion story?
Shadeheart?
Shadowheart. Sorry, because I thought Shadowheart and I thought something different. Yeah, Shadowheart story is really good.
Asterian's the standout for me, I think.
Yeah,
I think
Asterion
his
is really
story
good
was,
as well.
and that's, I mean, spoilers for the nominees, but that's why Neil Newborn is nominated
He's
for
on there.
best performance.
Oh yeah, no, Asterian's voice act. Yeah, it's insane. But
And he's like, that whole story was great, except for maybe the. Like when you sort of think he's a vampire, like at the beginning, I was
that
like,
beginning,
well, it's
like,
very
kind of,
obvious that he's a vampire. Like,
yeah, that beginning bit where you step on the toes and whatnot. It's like, I'm glad that doesn't stay around for too long. I'm glad it's just the
yeah,
beginning.
because when he goes to like secretly bite you, he's like, well, yeah, no shit. But like my
Yeah, no
character's
shit.
surprised. I'm like, well, I think it would have been funnier if she was like,
Literally.
okay, like I know you're a vampire, but please don't bite me.
Yeah,
like
I
I know,
literally-
I was just trying to keep it secret, but I knew this whole time. Like,
I literally was with Shadow when I played like the first 10 minutes. I saw staring. I'm like, oh, he's a vampire because you literally see the face.
it looks like
You
a
see it
vampire.
right
He's got
away.
the ears, he's got the hair,
Yeah.
he's got the look. He looks pale as fuck. He looks like a
does,
vampire.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
um,
But yeah, I have heard Alan Wake's story is really, really good. I'm gonna get to it eventually because it's like Resident Evil, and I really want to play it. I just need to get around to it.
I so wish Baldur's Gate 3 didn't come out this year because Alan Wake 2 would be the sweep.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Like, it would honestly sweep these awards. Like, I just think it's that good. And it does help that it came out very recently for like to be
Yeah,
on
that's
everyone's
true.
mind. But like, I think even if this came out in like April, it still would have been on people's minds now.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's that good. Like, it's,
Have you played Alan Wake 1, Ben?
No. I was gonna play Alan Wake 1, then play Alan Wake 2. I was gonna
You definitely you don't need to play as long as you watch a recap.
definitely
pretty
need a
dated now.
recap. I mean,
Yeah.
there was even shit in Alan Wake 2 that I was like, I forgot stuff in Alan Wake
I
1.
watched the recap.
Yeah.
And also you need to play Control before if you haven't.
Oh,
already.
Control as
Oh
well.
yeah,
Yes,
Control.
You actually need to play that.
Yeah, that's on Game Pass.
Man,
That's on Game
Control,
Pass, yeah.
like, I know Control was nominated for Game of the Year, but I feel like it didn't get its due in 2019.
Bro, it was such a good game.
I think it should have, like, it's got like a surprisingly low-ish, like, open critic score. Like, it's like an
Really?
82.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like,
I loved that game.
people didn't understand the vision. They didn't get
Yeah.
the vision back then. Now they understand the vision with Alan Wake 2.
I actually like Control more than Alan Wake 2.
Like, the whole thing.
Yeah, just from
Damn.
I think I liked the openness of the story a lot more.
I really
Let
do
me-
love that environment in
Let me ask
Control.
something. Okay,
The oldest house
now,
is so dope.
now
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a spoiler. Let me know. But I remember back when we first watched the Alan Wake 2 trailer, you talked about the service pistol. You remember that in the Alan Wake 2 trailer?
Yes.
Did that actually come into be?
It did not
important?
materialize.
It did not?
But I
Okay.
still think
Not that specifically.
Yeah.
I still think, well, to be fair, in the game, there is no name under the gun.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say service pistol. It doesn't say anything. It just
Yeah,
says
no, that got
service
taken out of the GUI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must have been just
It's
a
a lot more
reference. Then.
simple.
They must have just put that in just to be like, like, oh.
I think yeah. So so there was no like revelation where she's using, like, she's not part of the FBC.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's part of the FBI. God, so good. I can't wait for like 6 months down the road to talk about it, just full spoilers, because like
Yeah.
it's just like that. Oh man, I can't say anything. I'm so pissed off that I can't say anything about it because it is that fucking good. Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna probably pick it up in the next week or two. My next payment, I'm picking it up. So yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I really do recommend recap Alan Wake 1 and play Control
And
first.
play. And Control's on Game Pass as well, so that's an easy play.
I don't think it's on Game Pass.
Not anymore.
No,
It was at some point, wasn't it?
It was.
it was at some point.
Oh, rip.
It's got to be dirt cheap during the
Oh, yeah.
Black Friday sale.
Oh,
at the moment.
100%. Hold on. Let me go on Game Pass. There we go. Let me see.
I was gonna say, Nathan, since you liked Alan Wake 2, you should play some Resident Evil. Because like
Oh, dude.
Resident Evil was the blueprint of Alan Wake 2's gameplay.
Gameplay for sure, but it's not the thing that I like the most about Alan Wake.
Yeah, it's not.
The
on Game
atmosphere,
Pass,
though.
unfortunately.
The
Pushes
atmosphere
me
of Resident
through it,
Evil 2.
but it's the story that really does it for me. For
I
Alan Wake.
think the gameplay of Alan Wake 2 was the weakest part for sure.
Yeah.
It was still really
Which
good
is
though.
which is not bad.
No,
Yeah.
weakest as in weakest like 9 out of 10 gameplay.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
Terrible
Anyway, we'll move
9
on.
out of 10.
Yeah.
Let's talk about best art direction. We have
More like fart direction. Am I right?
Yeah, I think this is a.
Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Liza P, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
This category is always tricky for me
It is tricky.
I
because
think
it
from
so
Well,
many
so
different.
I will say what it
opinions
says
that you could
here.
make.
yeah.
For outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. That's the criteria for best art direction.
Because they're so different.
by the
It's
Game
It
like
is.
Awards.
That's
they
the
could
hard thing.
each
It's-
win
it's
in their own
so-
merit.
Yeah.
So
like,
I will say what I want to win from this list is Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I think Hi-Fi
Rush
this is the only thing it could possibly
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
really
I think
want it to
Hi-Fi Rush
get
is my
some
pick as
kind
well.
of flowers, and
Mm.
I really want Hi-Fi Rush to win.
It's still insane to me that Hi-Fi Rush came out this year. Like, it's insane to me.
It was like it was Anzac Day. Like
Yeah,
that's when
it's
that's when it released. Like it was fucking end of January. Like it was I mean it's still on my top 10.
Mm.
It's just it's that good. Like it's the best Xbox game this year,
Yeah,
I think.
we're just saying something because, Starfield.
I mean Starfield's not on my top 10 anymore,
Really?
which is crazy. Yeah, it's not.
Damn.
I know. That's how good this year was. Well, I fucking love Starfield. I really did. But like when I sat down and like and went through my top 10, I was like, these 10 games are just better. Like even though I had so much fun with it initially, like the more Starfield has like I've been away from Starfield, the more I'm noticing the flaws in it. And like
The more it
I'm
feels
not
like
really
a Bethesda game.
yeah, and like I would not be rushing back to like explore planets in that game because it was very quick when you realized how many like points of interest are just copy and paste.
Yeah.
There's some variation there, but it was very much like I'm not sure who the exploration in Starfield. I'm not sure who it's for because it just seems like it's kind of dull a little
yeah.
bit.
Longevity wise, it makes me want to go back to No Man's Sky.
Understandable. Yeah.
But from what I played of it, I really liked it.
Yeah, totally.
Um,
Art direction though, yeah. So I want Hi-Fi Rush to win. I think it'll win.
I think Hi-Fi Rush is gonna win. I do. I think a lot of people
Between that and Alan Wake 2 for me.
Yeah.
Mario
I-
Wonder's there though. Like
No,
I don't
think
think
Hi-Fi
Tears of the
Rush-
Kingdom. I don't know, like it has impeccable art direction, but I think so much of that was already evident in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Mm,
And I wonder if it's like Alan Wake 2 and Hi-Fi Rush feel so fresh to me, whereas Tears of the Kingdom doesn't.
Yeah.
But then there's Mario Wonder is the dark horse there, I think. Because that art direction in Mario Wonder is really that good. And like it is, it's similar to New Super Mario Brothers, but it is different. And there's so much creativity in the levels and how it looks and the changes in how it looks. Like I don't know. And then you got Liza P, but I think Liza P sort of
I think Liza P was solid. I don't think it's gonna win though.
I'm glad Liza P got nominated for something.
Yeah.
It seems like I
still-
thought it was gonna get overlooked, but
I'm still pretty solid on the fact that I think Hi-Fi Rush is gonna win. I think Hi-Fi Rush is. I think it was.
I really
enough.
do hope.
Yeah, I think it was creative enough, and I think enough people talk about and know how good a Hi-Fi Rush is in the art direction that I think it's
The fact
pretty
that
solid.
Hi-Fi Rush was nominated, I think bodes well. Because it means that it
Yes.
was on people's minds.
yes.
Like
correct.
that's the only thing that where I thought Hi-Fi Rush was going to get overlooked because it was so long ago, but the fact that it's actually one of the top nominated games this year.
Yes.
It got 5 nominations total.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. It's on people's minds. So
Yep.
people.
They're thinking.
I just realized they fucked up the the studios on here.
They did. Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't. Don't worry.
Wait, they didn't?
No. So I was mixing up Liza P and Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I got
yeah,
this
yeah.
from I didn't get this from the official site because I wanted to list. Anyway, we happy to move on.
Yep. I think Hi-Fi Rush is pretty solid.
Let's talk about best score in music. So we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I like how so many of these nominations are just like the same kind of games.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah,
some
there's-
variation, but there's a lot of
All the main ones are just like the same 10 games.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, I don't remember too much about the music from Baldur's Gate 3.
Down by the River though.
Down by the River was good.
It's
But
like one song. To be fair, there's only like really one song from
One
Baldur's Gate 3
song.
that I can really, and that's from the character creation menu.
Yeah.
Wait, that first fucking credits song in Alan Wake from the end of the first chapter, that shit popped off. I don't know if you remember that.
I
Into the
remember.
Darkness?
I've been listening to it.
Yeah,
like
it's a fucking good
I've
song.
no joke been listening to the Alan Wake 2 chapter songs because they're all pretty
they're
good.
actually good.
I haven't played Alan Wake 2, so I can't
I
say, but I think Final Fantasy for me. It's Final Fantasy for me.
so
Like, I think
if Final Fantasy was gonna win any award, it's this.
Final
think.
Fantasy, like, even from the little bit I played, that first prologue in that song, in the first prologue, and just how explosive it is, like, they really just pop off. It's insane. Like,
And it just gets more like it just
yeah.
compounds basically throughout the entire game. And I think the thing with Final Fantasy 16 is like the music is the best part of that game.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think the music, like,
That's-
oh man, but Hi-Fi Rush is all music.
It
like
is.
that's the thing. It's for me, it's between those two.
Mm-hmm.
But Alan Wake's good as well.
But
What's
but
really
the next
funny-
category, maybe that fits better into Hi-Fi Rush because of the way that the music's
that is
built.
very true.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
The
because I
thing
don't
for
think that
me-
necessarily the music, like the
Yeah.
actual the score in Hi-Fi Rush, is what sells it for me. It's more
Yeah.
as you said, it's the design.
The thing for me, which I find really funny while I'm playing Final Fantasy right now, is I'm literally sitting here and I just want to get to the next fight because I want to see how cool it is and I want to see what the song is. That's literally what I'm playing right now. I'm just
The
playing
music
to
is
go
so
to the-
additive to the experience. I
It
think.
really is. It really is.
But then the music is so additive to the vibes of Alan Wake 2 as well.
That's the thing. That and I heard that it's really good. And I didn't know the chapter songs were good. I've heard about the actual music while you're playing is good.
What the thing is, like, it's funny, while I'm playing, I actually don't really there's not a lot of music that I can
No,
remember.
it's quite quiet. Yeah.
It's actually pretty like they kind of tone down the music.
There's
And that's
Yeah.
why it's
shock value like sounds, but
Mm-hmm.
there's no like just, like backing track or anything.
personally I think Baldur's Gate 3 is the sneakier in terms of best score music. I think that's I think
I need to replay Baldur's Gate because I don't remember the music too much.
and just play
I
another
remember some of it.
120
Yeah,
hours.
just replay.
Yeah.
I don't think here's the thing is like Baldur's Gate 3 is so long, I don't think I'll ever replay that game.
Yeah.
like it's just not feasible.
I know it's not on here, but one game I quickly want to talk about just for like 10 seconds because I want us to say Remnant 2, we've been playing it. The music in
Remnant 2
2
actually has a really good
is
music.
such a good soundtrack, okay? That's all
I'm
I want
surprised
to say.
Spider-Man 2 is not here.
True, Spider-Man 2 had a really good soundtrack.
That was
on
good,
it
yeah.
as well. Yeah, it had a pretty good soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't think Tears of the Kingdom should be in this one compared to some
Yeah,
of the
you
games
guys
actually.
have talked about it a lot, saying that there's like one good song.
There's
Tears of the
one
Kingdom's not
really
played.
good
like
track
at the
and
end.
they don't
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, like the trailer music for Tears of the Kingdom was
Yeah.
better than the actual game.
Yeah.
like I think people are remembering the trailer more than the actual
Bro, the
game
one
when it
with
comes to the score and
saxophone,
music.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
They just don't use it. They don't use it.
Was there no saxophone? No, there wasn't. It's only in the trailer.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's at the end of the game.
It's
but,
at the end. Yeah.
But I hope Final Fantasy wins here. I can see Baldur's Gate 3 winning though.
I'm so worried that it's just gonna be like a Baldur's Gate 3 sweep when it's
Sweep,
like
yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3, yes,
Just 'cause
should
it was
probably get
popular.
Game of the Year, but like
The thing is the hard thing with Baldur's Gate 3 is there's so much hype behind it. There's still
know.
such a like.
it would
it's-
just be like it's like people see the whole package and they're like, well, obviously the narrative was the best, and obviously
Yeah.
the score and
Obviously
the music
the
was
score.
the best part of
See,
it. Like
yeah, but I think Final Fantasy. I hope Final Fantasy wins because the Final Fantasy music, like that's the thing that's making me
Final
wanna play the
Fantasy,
game right
this is
now.
the only thing Final Fantasy could potentially win here.
Yes, yeah,
and I
agree.
think it deserves it because, as I said, it's the best part of the game.
yeah, 100%.
And maybe that's
it's
the kind of
really
a
good.
knock at the rest of the game, but
No,
the
yeah,
the
but,
music
like,
is like it just adds so much to it. Whereas
It's
I don't
so
think
good. Like it's
I think it
insane.
adds more to the game experience than the music and score do to these other games.
Correct.
personally.
I agree, 100%. Like, well, Final Fantasy is one of the only games where I've literally gone like, I want to do the next fight because I want to hear what the next song is. Like, that's
Yeah.
really it. Like, yeah, it's really good.
Moving on to best audio design, we have Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4.
I think Dead Space, to be honest.
That's why I think Hi-Fi Rush,
Yeah, because it's more
true.
built around
it's all
That's a
how
good
audio
you
point.
do the
design.
music.
That's
yeah.
a good point.
To be
I-
fair, this is similar to Final Fantasy 16, where the score and music is the best part of the game. Where for Dead Space, the audio design is the best part of that game, and that's why it's nominated here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dead Space.
And it's no surprise that 3 games here are survival horror games,
yeah, they
because
have to
like
work
that's
with it,
audio
right?
design is like what makes that genre to me, and so I think it could be any 3 of those, even though I
Yeah.
want Hi-Fi Rush to win it.
Yeah, I personally put down for Dead Space.
Man, Spider-Man 2 is so good though. Like when you do the takedowns as Miles with the electricity sound, that is so fucking good.
True.
And like so many sounds in that game just hit with the right amount of impact. And that's why that's also nominated here. Like all of these games are so like they really do excel at audio design.
List, to be honest,
Resident Evil 4, when you fucking parry with the knife,
when you parry,
like that's perfect. That's like a perfect parry sound.
So the thing with also Resident Evil as well is the sound design of each areas you go to. Like when you go to the cavern, it's the wind, the cavern blowing through. When you're near the lake, you hear the rumbling.
Yeah,
of the water
creaking every. Oh, dude.
Yeah, like it's the small things like that with Resident Evil, which Dead Space also does really well.
Honestly, this category is a toss up. Like any 5 of these games could win because dude, Dead Space like the parts where you go outside of the space station and it's dead silent, but there's still sort of like the dead silence, but there's also a little bit of sound where like you'll hear. I mean, it's audio design in Dead Space is like that's where it absolutely excels, like no doubt. So I kind of want Dead Space to win it just because I want them to win something.
Yeah.
But then I also kind of want Hi-Fi Rush to win it because I want them to win. Oh man, it's so hard. It's so
tough.
difficult.
That's a tough. It's like we've said this so many times. This is probably one of the best years for games. It probably is, and it's so tough because, like, you know, you want the recognition to come to the games. That's a hard thing.
It's so funny because it's like, so far, audio design has been the toughest category for me to pick because I think they all deserve to be here. Whereas some of the other categories, I'm like, I can take it or leave that being there.
Yeah,
but
like,
this is like they all are so good. I'm just gonna say I want Hi-Fi Rush to win.
Yeah,
I think that's my final call.
I'm going to actually go Dead Space on this one because I think Hi-Fi Rush is going to win one of the other two. I think.
How did you feel about the audio design in Alan Wake 2, Nathan?
Yeah, I mean it was good, obviously, but I don't think it stands out as much as Dead Space or Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's
really tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Another tough one. Best performance. So we have.
I sat down for so long to vote for this one. This was actually. Yeah.
It's this one's a tough one. So we have Ben Starr.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Idris Elba for Cyberpunk 2077. Phantom Liberty. Melanie Liburd for Alan Wake 2. Neil Newbon for Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Marvel Spider-Man 2.
This one was much harder than I expected because like I didn't expect, I will say this, I didn't expect Yuri to pull out such a damn good performance of Peter. Like
now my hot take is I think Miles is better.
Yeah, I agree.
In Spider-Man 2.
I
liked oh god, what's that? Is it Naji Jeter? Yeah. He was so good as Miles in Spider-Man 2.
The
Yuri was also really good. Like I mean, everyone was good.
Spoiler. I'll say that for later. That's a spoiler. Okay, but yeah, I agree. Miles' performance, especially some of the more hard-hitting scenes, like in the more of the harder fights, the way he expresses like pain and like wanting to like help, you know what I mean? I think is really good. I do agree with that.
I think there's a very good chance that Neil Newbon takes this though.
Pulls it? I agree.
Because once again, it's just this Baldur's Gate sweep where I think it's just gonna permeate through every category.
I kind of hope Ben Starr gets it.
I really want Ben Starr to get it.
I really hope Ben.
He pulled off even though the narrative wise it's a little iffy for FF16 for me. Like he fucking pulled off a hell of a performance. As Clive in FF16. Like I just think. Once again, like the music is the best part, but Ben Starr is like the star of this game. Like
he really carried
through and through. I mean, Cameron Monaghan's really fucking good in Jedi Survivor as well. Like,
how is
Idris Elba's a bit of a sneak though. I got to be honest. I don't think he was the best. I don't think he was the best performance in Phantom Liberty.
You don't
personally?
Think?
No, I think the character who plays the actress who plays Songbird, who you won't know who that is. But she.
Yeah, no idea. But yeah.
I think she pulled off a much better performance. Idris Elba, like his character has an American accent, and sometimes he's not doing an American accent. Like he's kind of molding into that British accent a little bit sometimes. So it was he was good, but I think I don't want to say it, but I feel like he might be here just so that he can be at the Game Awards.
Yeah,
Like, just so he can be like in attendance.
Melanie?
Melanie was really good.
She was really
in
good as well.
Element 2. I thought she was really good. Her once again, her accent sort of slipped sometimes, but I'm not sure if that was intentional. Like that's the thing with that game where I'm like, because I think she's got a little bit of like Eastern European accent, and so it sometimes slipped when she's talking, but I'm not sure. Like, and that is getting to a little spoilery territory for Alan Wake 2, but I'm not sure if that was intentional. Like that was a purposeful thing. So
I think it was purposeful.
I think it had to
Because
be,
it was
right?
at specific points.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think
when it was slipping.
Yes. Yeah.
for me, I hope Ben Starr wins, but I could see I forgot his name, but the guy who voiced Asterion to pull it.
Neil Newbon.
Yeah, thank you. I could see him pull it. I could see him.
I mean, I'm happy he's here because he probably was the best performance in that game.
100%, by far.
Like he really became that character through and through.
Like
lived
all
it.
the jokes, all the joke lines and whatnot as well. Like, have you guys seen it or done it where you accidentally drop a building on him when you're at the Get the Yankee?
No.
No? Oh my god. Dude, watch it afterwards. I'll send it to you guys. We watch it afterwards. His performance there is so good. It's so funny because he just gets so annoyed and then he talks about how it goes into I know it's not really a spoiler, but it's hard to explain and I don't want to ruin it by telling you what he says. I'll send it to you guys afterwards. It's just so funny. It's really funny what he says. Like, it's just really hyperbolic. It's really just really aggressive. It's really funny. It's really, really good. He just kills
so
it. He really
I think I want Ben Starr to win this, and I think he probably will win it.
Yeah.
But once again, I could see Neil Newbon taking it too.
Yeah.
So next up we have innovation in accessibility, which I feel like it's a weird category to predict, just because it doesn't really.
Yeah, this
it's not really for us.
No, it's
because when I was going through this list, like we've got Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter 6. I didn't really the only one that I can think of that that was very much like I could see the accessibility options. Like I didn't. It wasn't like I actively searched looked for found wanted to find it. It was just there at the beginning. Was Spider-Man 2.
Same. Yeah. That's what I thought of immediately as well.
I was going to say Forza, just because Microsoft has been always pulling that along.
That is true.
Obviously,
and I guess the difficulty
settings up front and center, but
yeah,
Microsoft has always had that. That accessibility controller they have, where you can plug in for every button or stick or everything.
Yeah, that's
true. A separate pad that you can press or anything, just as long as it sends an electrical signal.
Yeah, and I can't think I don't know what kind of accessibility options something like Diablo 4 has, or I guess an accessibility option for that game would be how you can have the ring around your character to define the character in the space. That's an accessibility option for visibility. So that's not that was good, I guess. Yeah.
I think for me it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man did a lot.
Spider-Man, and I think all the Sony games. I've historically, I think they always kind of win, just because they've got so many options. Even Spider-Man 2's difficulty options, you can specifically tune. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, tune stealth and combat and puzzles. You can specifically tune each gameplay mechanic, and that kind of goes above and beyond.
Yeah, you can have swing assisting. You can have
the swing assist as well. Yeah,
all of that stuff. You can.
Did you guys try and turn that down?
I didn't realize it was a thing until I saw a short on it, and I was like, "Holy shit, it looks difficult."
I tried. It's tough. The one I had more issue with is fall damage. I didn't realize how much I just fall to the floor.
So was fall damage automatically off?
For me, yes, it was automatically off.
Yeah. So because I never I don't think I really want to play with fall. I understand Spider-Man's not invincible, but I don't really want him dying when I hit the floor.
It's more funny. I'll do moments where I'll nosedive down and you just nosedive in the side of a building and then you just fall to the floor. It's very funny.
Yeah, and even with the swing assist, I kind of want like in my head, Spider-Man is like a professional at swinging.
Yes.
So like if my swing assist is down to 1, it's like, okay, he looks like he's just starting out.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it doesn't really like thematically and narratively make sense for him to be struggling to swing. So I'm sort of like, it's almost like I'm role playing as like a adept Spider-Man.
Yeah, what you do when you play Miles, start off with no swing assist, and throughout the story, bring it up.
Just bring it up. Yeah, I'm gonna say Spider-Man 2 just because I know like
Same.
like Last of Us Part 2 is one. I'm pretty sure. I think when Spider-Man 1 came out, there was no innovation in accessibility category. But yeah, historically, Sony first party has kind of been taking these away.
Yeah,
I do
Spider-Man
agree
2.
Forza Motorsport has some great options though. And then Hi-Fi Rush with the timing stuff, you can kind of tone that
True.
down as well. So that's
True.
another, I'm pretty dog shit at timing. I didn't turn it down though, but it was an
Your
option
rhythm's
for
off.
me.
Don't go with good. Don't
Man,
go with the rhythm.
there was some moments in that game where my rhythm was real off. Like
Yeah.
it's a tough game.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
to get good at for sure. Moving on to games for impact. Just to explain what this category is because it's a bit nebulous. I'm just waiting for it to load. So it's for thought-provoking games with a pro-social meaning or message. These are the woke games.
Yeah. I'm surprised
What
Terra Nil's
games?
on this list.
Why
be
would
honest.
you just be surprised about that? It's about global warming.
Yeah, I know it's about global warming and whatnot, but I imagine when I thought about this category, I thought more like it was story based, impact story wise, and with
So it
Terra
can be.
Nil,
Well, Terra
there
Nil,
is-
I mean,
yeah.
the narrative is
Yeah, you're saving the planet.
Yeah, I know.
Feedback.
I know that. It just surprised me compared to all these other games. I was like, oh, Terra Nil. Like, I
Anyway,
wasn't really expecting it.
The games are A Space for the Unbound, which I've heard of and I don't know much about. Chance of Senna, which I have started playing. I have not found the pro-social meaning yet. Goodbye Volcano High, Chia, Terra Nil, and Venba. So
remember we have
it's
talked
funny.
about a
Like
couple of
half
these
of these
games.
games I haven't played.
I remember we have talked about these games though. I remember we talked about Goodbye Volcano High. We talked
What's
about Chia.
Volcano High, though. I mean, it's like
That
well,
was.
I'm not sure.
the
Like
world
it
ends
might
from
be.
an asteroid, right?
Yeah, that's that
Yeah,
one.
but
That's-
there might be something else there.
Yeah,
like,
there has
they
to be,
ca-
right? Because there's nothing we can do to stop that. I mean, we
not,
can
not,
like prevent
not
it.
on the
but, yeah.
surface, but I think maybe like it's.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
there's probably
there might
something
be
else
some
in there.
relationship stuff.
Yeah.
Not really sure. Venba was pretty impactful to me, to be honest. Even though I'm not an immigrant, I think for people who are immigrants, I think that story and that narrative will really hit for them. And so I think that does have a really, really good message. Yeah, it's interesting, like Chance of Senna, because like for reference, like I played maybe an hour of it so far, and the concept of the game is that you are a character trying to learn this world's language, and so you'll see like these symbols, and you need to you'll write notes on what you think the symbols are, and you'll slowly decode this language over time. And I guess maybe that's where the social impact is. And maybe there's more narratively that they do there. But I've heard Chance of Senna is like the sleeper indie hit of the year. And so far it's pretty spectacular, to be honest. Like working out what these symbols mean and like kind of decoding this new language is like really, really special. So I think Chance of Senna is probably the best game on this list, but I don't know if it's necessarily the best for games for impact. I guess of the ones I've played, I think Venba would be the one that I'd vote for here.
Yeah, I didn't have too much to say on this one. I didn't really like.
It's always a bit of a weird one, to be honest.
Yeah,
Games for
but I didn't
Impact,
play
'cause
much of these
it's always
games.
every year. It's always a list of games that I have played half of them, and the other half I have not played. Like,
Yeah,
it's always
yeah.
a bit interesting. But I know Chia was man, I'm trying to. It's Chia's set in a country that is usually not very well represented in media.
No. Okay.
I can't remember the country though. I don't want to say it's Indonesia.
Oh, this game.
It's set in.
Yeah, this is on my wish list. It looked cool.
It is set in country. Why is this not easy to find? New
It'd be really funny if it
Caledonia.
was like- it'd be really
It's
funny
set
if it
in
was
New Caledonia, which, as I said,
Oh.
not a well-represented
I was
country.
gonna say, it'd be really funny if it was just set in like Mexico. You know what I mean? It's like.
And it's very much like I think it's made by a New Caledonian developer. It's very much made with love, and I think that is
was pulling a lot. Yeah.
pulling a lot. Yeah,
Understand.
I don't know. moving on.
Yeah, I don't really know too much. I can't
Yeah,
really say
it's
much here.
I
That's
said,
a hard
it's
thing.
also a weird one to like
Yeah.
vote on or predict, I suppose. Best ongoing game is next. I feel like best ongoing game. It's like every year it's kind of the same 3 or 4,
It
and then there's
is.
always like a sleeper hit in there. So we've got Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. What are we thinking? I'll go with what I want to win.
Yeah,
And it's pretty obvious.
think
I
I'm gonna say the
really
same thing.
want Cyberpunk
I was
2077
gonna
to win
say,
this.
I think I want us to win. I
Fortnite's
think
winning.
I think
You think
Fortnite's gonna
Fortnite?
win. I think
Fortnite's
Fortnite's
I think
gonna win.
it's probably either Fortnite or Final Fantasy 14, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of
I'm
those.
always
It-
surprised when Apex is here. Like, is EA like giving the money? Like, who's voting for Apex the best
Yeah, I
ongoing?
know.
I never hear anything about Apex Legends.
I always say this. I just think we're not in that space. I think that's why. I think we're just not in that space.
Yeah, I
See,
think a lot of
how
people
am I
still
not
play.
in that space? Like, I'm on
Because
gaming Twitter like fucking
Hold
all
on,
the
because,
time. I'm
like,
never hearing
Apex
anything about this game.
Legends player count. This is just PC.
I know people are playing it, but that doesn't. Like, it's crazy how little I know about this game. I'm so out of the loop on Apex Legends.
Like,
and
right
like I
now.
play shooters. Like, I should be being like fed this in like the through like the algorithm, but I
Yeah.
never get any Apex Legends stuff.
There's right now 150,000 people playing. Like, yeah. It's,
That,
it's
what
sick.
does player count mean best ongoing? Like,
No,
what
but
are
you know
they
what I mean,
doing? What are they
like-
doing to improve the game?
Yeah, but
They
I feel
add
like
stuff.
yeah.
I feel like every time I see anything, and that's very rare, it's always people complaining about Apex Legends.
True.
Like, I feel like there's I don't know. It's always weird when it's here, but I mean, good for them, I
agree with
guess.
you, though.
you know?
I hope Cyberpunk. I hope Cyberpunk. It's gonna be Fortnite.
I think this is similar to Hi-Fi Rush being nominated, where the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 is even nominated, I think bodes very well, because it
True.
means that it's on people's minds, and enough people in like the top 5, like best ongoing. I wouldn't even nominate Cyberpunk, at all,
Yeah.
because it's not what when I think of an ongoing game, I don't think
Live
of
service.
yeah, it's like a live service game that's been living for years and years and years and years and years. But Cyberpunk is like, realistically, they're just on a few updates and an
Yeah.
expansion.
Yeah, it should really be the next category.
Yeah, it should.
Which it is in there.
But I guess it is. Ongoing is. I mean, what they say is it's awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time, and that's.
Definitely.
That's what CD Projekt Red did.
Mhm.
They released updates that evolve the player experience, and
Yeah.
improved.
I mean, this category and the next one is quite synonymous.
Very
It's-
similar.
It actually is very weird that they have separate ones, to be honest. We'll move on to
the
best
next one.
community support,
This has a
which
funny one
I'm
in
actually
it.
curious what they specifically say. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates / patches. See, that sounds...
That's much more Cyberpunk.
So this is more like, I would say this is more like the community manager side of things, and in terms of like the like updates they give, and I mean transparency and responsiveness. When people are pissed off at something, they try and they explain why it is the way it is and how they're gonna fix it.
I always say No Man's Sky for this. They
Dude,
just
I
keep going.
always want No Man's Sky to win this.
Yeah.
I
It
really
is,
do.
crazy
it is
people.
super ironic that Destiny 2 is here though.
Yeah, it really is. It's
So
really funny.
for reference, the nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky. Once again, I want Cyberpunk to win this. I kind of
Every
want
single-
Cyberpunk to win any category they can possibly win.
Every single time I see it, I always vote No Man's Sky because it just, yeah. I want Cyberpunk to win, but I did vote No Man's Sky because it's just, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No Man's Sky is definitely leading in the game updates patches side of things. But in terms of like the social media activity and transparency and responsiveness, I guess responsiveness to the game being a garbage
Yeah.
dump.
Well, they're well
in the
past
beginning.
that now.
They
They're
are
years
Yeah,
past
well
that,
past
yeah.
it, yeah.
Somehow Baldur's Gate 3 will win this.
Yeah.
Dude, if it does, I swear to
Somehow
God. I
they'll be
swear to
like-
God if
they'll
it
be
does.
like, yeah, good job on those tweets.
Yeah. I swear to God if it does. Yeah.
I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna end up with like 20, like how many? It was nominated in 8 categories.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll end up with like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
7
probably.
wins.
We need Cyberpunk with the fucking yellow screenshot, bro.
Yeah.
See, I mean, they responded and they were transparent. really want Cyberpunk to win. And
Yeah.
also, No Man's Sky won a couple years back. You know.
I'm sure it's won this multiple times.
I'm pretty sure it has won this multiple times. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Actually,
it's gone.
I think it's only won once.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always
it was.
one in
It
my
was.
heart.
It was just after the big 2.0 update. I
Yeah,
think.
when they finally got the things they promised.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it was the co-op update.
Yeah.
That was the one where
Yeah, that
they
was
were
the one
like,
where it's
that
like,
was
okay,
that was where they. I mean,
we've
it's
done
been
it.
it's been nominated every year since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But I think
nominated every single year.
it's been some degree of Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky
Yeah,
winning this community support.
exactly.
And they are
accolade.
slowing down now. Like they
Yeah,
said that they're
exactly.
not developing actively for it anymore. So
Yeah.
Moving on to best independent game. Cocoon, we have Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. It's still so for reference, do you guys know the history of Dave the Diver? The game?
No,
really,
I've heard there's some interesting history. But
So
no, I'm
it's
not sure.
developed by Mint Rocket, who is a subsidiary of Nixus, or not Nixus. No, it's the hold on. It's the Chinese company. Nexon. You know, like
Oh.
the billion trillion
Oh.
dollar company.
yeah, the fucking yeah.
So
Interesting.
they're not an indie developer. Like, it's not an indie game technically, you know.
They got funding from somewhere.
For outset, well, I mean, it's not even just funding. It's like they literally sit in the Nexon umbrella. Like it's not even
Yeah,
like they
literally straight.
it's not like
yeah.
they just have a publisher. Like they literally,
Yeah, right.
yeah, they're a developer in that's owned by Nexon. So when it says for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system, well, Dave the Diver is not outside the traditional publisher system.
Yeah.
It only looks like an indie game, but it
Yeah.
definitely was not developed with that in mind. So I think CSR's wins this,
Yep.
but my pick would be Cocoon.
My pick is
See-
also Cocoon.
Cocoon
See,
is so good. Like that's what I really want
I-
to win, but I think Sea of Stars wins it.
I'm going to play Cocoon because it's on Game Pass. I see
Quick,
CSR's winning
it's
it.
like it's like what 4 hours?
Yeah. I see CSR's winning
I
it.
saw someone say that it took them 10. So if you're an idiot, it might take 10.
True.
Right,
I don't know
took me
how. I don't know.
420.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how you could play.
There's only one bit I got stuck on.
But
Yeah.
I
took me like 15.
personally want Viewfinder. I really like Viewfinder. I still really like Viewfinder.
Viewfinder can't. I'm surprised it's even. Well, I'm surprised it's nominated just because I feel like it kind of came and went a little
It
bit.
kind of came and went. It did because
Yeah.
Viewfinder. It's very simple. Like it doesn't have anything spectacular about it. The thing that makes it so good is the fact of how you can take photo and move it anywhere you want to, and it still surprises me to this
you
day.
mean the core
how-
mechanic?
The core mechanic, but you know what I mean. But like,
Yeah, no, it was just funny the
but-
way you worded it.
but it still surprises me to this day how it did not break anything. Nothing broke because of it, and it's just insane the creative freedom you have of it. And I still love that game. I know it's not going to win. I know it's not, but
It's good
I
that
love
it's nominated. It's funny this year for indie games felt a bit light, where
Yes.
it felt like we haven't had that breakthrough indie game to me.
Mm.
You know, where it was
Yeah.
like, I guess David the Diver, but it's not indie. But
It's
it was
not
that
indie,
kind of that breakthrough indie looking game
Yeah.
where like everyone talked about it for a little bit.
Mm.
Dredge is cool though. That's actually
Dredge is
it's
a really
developed
cool
by some Aussies. So
I
good for them.
For me, it's between Dredge or CSRs. I can see those two winning.
Oh, Cocoon.
I think Cocoon is early, but I saw Sea of Stars and Dredge had more hype around it than Cocoon.
Oh, I don't know. Cocoon's fucking crazy, man.
I know it's really good.
Dredge was like an early year kind of. I saw people talking about it.
Mm.
It's good that it's nominated here though.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah, I
glad
do
all
think
these games
I
are not. I'm glad
I
all
think
these games.
Sea of
Well,
Stars
Dave the
is-
Diver, but I'm glad all these games. got
Dave the Diver.
nominated.
It's so. I mean, I guess I understand. This is the only way that it would ever be nominated in any category, but it just looks weird.
It is.
Especially if it won, God forbid. Like,
Yeah,
how
if it
how do
did,
you
there'd
think
be some
indie
issues.
developers would feel that a fucking game that was developed with, you know, maybe a modest budget and a modest team, but it still has the resources of a full publisher and you're
It does,
owned by a
yeah.
publisher? Like,
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really sit well with me.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to best debut indie. So the way they break this down is this is their first game as a studio. so sometimes not necessarily their first game ever, but this studio's first game. So we have Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder.
I think Cocoon takes this one.
This is Cocoon's one to win, I think.
Yeah.
If Sea of Stars gets independent, this gets best indie.
Yeah, I think Cocoon gets this one.
Cocoon. I just really want to get something because
Right, it's a
Cocoon
fucking
is.
crazy game.
It's not like on any other year. This would be like in my like top 5 of the year. It just
It
happened to
gave
be
me
on a
that
year.
Portal level puzzle
Yep.
solving feeling,
Yep,
which
100%.
is very unusual.
It's so well put together, like everything stylistically, narratively. I don't really know what was going on in that game, but I still liked what I saw at the end. Like, it was just like
Ending
it was,
was like,
it was a cool ending. Yeah, I was like, oh, shit, this is fucking going places.
what the hell?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the story was. I kind of have some ideas, some
Yeah.
thoughts and feelings, but I don't have a definitive answer, which I kind of like, to be honest.
And one thing I really liked about Cocoon is they don't even teach you how to play. They just throw you in. There's no control like teaching. There's no like, this is how you do this. They literally just throw you in and you play. There is not one piece of text on the screen that tells you how to do anything.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It's like that's actually how it shows how masterfully made it is.
Yeah.
That anyone can pick up that game and just learn how to play it over the course of 4 hours, and by the end of it, be a master of those mechanics and like be able to do some crazy fucking cool puzzles. And like some of the shit you do at the end is like, oh, like there's a moment when you do something that I'm like, I was waiting for this to happen the whole time, and when it happens, I'm like, fuck yeah, it's cool as shit. Moving on to best mobile game.
Fuck yeah.
I don't even know why I put this on the list because we don't play any of these fucking games, you know.
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, definitely Hello Kitty.
I do think Terranil is a perfect mobile game.
It is. It is.
I didn't realize it was on mobile phones. Didn't realize it was on Netflix's
Yeah,
app.
it's a Netflix thing. Yeah.
You know, there was a stat where the Netflix app, it's like 0.001% of owners of the app have loaded up a game on the Netflix app.
It's not worth their money.
No, not at all.
They're trying real hard,
Yeah.
and it'll work out for them one day, or
Surely.
it won't.
One day I'll go to 0.0012. Like
yeah, exactly. You'll get a couple more people. Terranil is the only one that I've actually played on this
Same.
list, so and it's an actual game.
Yeah.
I mean, Honkai Star Rail technically is an actual game as well. I mean, they're all technically games, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a game that you can play outside of just a phone. So,
Yeah, and I think Terranil kind of works really well because it's one of those ones where it's just like you don't need to concentrate too much. So
Yeah, exactly.
when you are in public on your phone, you don't need to be like in it. If you're playing your Switch, you're like,
yeah.
yeah.
I did play a little bit of Monster Hunter now.
Yeah.
It's just Pokemon Go, but Monster Hunter.
All right.
Yeah, because Niantic just keeps making the same games now after Pokemon Go. Yeah, it's not. It's it's
Catch it
here
until
because
people stop playing it.
it's one of the mobile games that people know of, and that's why it's nominated. It's not anything like
Yeah,
spectacular.
nothing special. Yeah.
I'll vote for Terranil. Why
Same.
not? I feel like a lot of people will vote for that just because they're like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, I know that
Anyway.
game. Yeah, 100%.
Moving on to best VR AR game.
Wasn't much this year.
There really wasn't. You've got Gran Turismo 7, Humanity, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse.
I did Resident Evil because I heard that actually VR mode was really good. I heard the.
You think you voted for that?
Yeah, I heard the Resident Evil VR. I didn't do any of these, but I heard and I watched some gameplay on it. The Resident Evil VR.
It
mode
sucks
was
that Resident
really
Evil I would play it, but it's exclusively on the PSVR 2.
Yeah.
Which is, unfortunate. I think I'm actually going to choose Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that's like the killer app for PlayStation VR 2,
Yeah.
where if you have a wheel and the VR headset, like you feel fully like immersed in that experience. So I think that's a standout.
Yep.
It is weird because it's like a mode with Gran Turismo 7, but you can play the entire game in VR. So, it's a VR game.
I chose Humanity.
Humanity is apparently really good.
Yeah, it was
apparently
weird.
it's good. Yeah, I don't
I,
understand how it's good. I don't understand like what the loop of it is. Like,
It's a puzzle game where you got to get these people where they got to go. Why are these people in this like random plane of existence and you're a Shiba Inu guiding them?
yeah,
You got to play the game.
don't worry about it.
I will play Humanity at some point because it's on like PS Plus, so I have it. I just, there's so many games.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I just think the state of VR is not good.
Yeah, this
No.
is. It goes. I mean, the state of VR. There's 5 games here, and they're all on PSVR 2.
Yeah.
So
And there's too many headsets, and they're all exclusive to themselves, except for Open VR, which is Steam VR stuff.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Yeah, I really think these. I mean, with the exclusivity from PlayStation and the exclusivity from Oculus, that's not Oculus, Meta.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's sad to be a Steam VR user. It's a sad state of affairs when there's like nothing, there's no hype, there's no cool new games coming out.
It's the best system out there, and they're like, no.
Well, it goes to show, like on this list, one of these games is available to play on Steam VR, and the rest are not. Actually, maybe Humanity is.
I think Humanity is.
Humanity and Synapse are.
Yeah.
But the other three aren't. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of bad.
Yeah.
Moving on to best action game. This is a game with action in it. Want to know what that meant? For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat, we've got Armored Core 6: Fires the Rubicon, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. Can you believe Dead Island 2 is on this list?
Dead Island.
Why the fuck is Dead Island 2 on this list?
Has it changed that much since the first one?
Ben, did you fucking vote for this 100,000 times to get this on this list?
Okay, look, I'll state this.
Come on,
I'll
how is this nominated for a game award?
I'll state
come
this.
on.
It has good combat.
Yeah, but it's the same.
Not
isn't it?
it
Never
it's
changed.
not exactly the same. There is.
You could throw zombies into a pool with electricity.
No. So there's new like abilities they can get now that you can actually. There's actually different abilities that you can put on weapons and stuff like that, and different like, kind of like Diablo type shit. There's different shit you can do now where you can do different moves like different grabs and stuff like that.
Speaking of Diablo should be nominated here.
I was gonna say
4?
Diablo replaced Dead Island.
Diablo 4 hasn't been nominated at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say replace Dead Island with Diablo, please, because I feel like Dead Island. It shouldn't be on the
people
list.
are gonna
It's
say
not that
no.
good.
Actually, Diablo's an RPG because it's an ARPG.
True.
I would class Diablo 4 more action than RPG personally. Even though you level up and there's, I mean, I guess it is an RPG, but it's so combat based. Like,
Yeah.
this is why these categories suck, man. Because it's like shit. Like you could put any. I mean, Remnant 2 you could class as an RPG.
Yeah, you could.
You're leveling up. You're getting gear. You're leveling up gear. You know, it's more like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, I'm glad Remnant 2. After playing some Remnant 2, I'm glad it's here.
Yeah, I will say it's kind of tough because I'm stuck between Armored Core and Remnant 2. I'm stuck between those two. I think both of those are.
I mean, I think it's
tough.
I think I want Hi-Fi Rush to win. I mean, I think Hi-Fi Rush wins it.
You think Hi-Fi? I think Armored Core wins it.
Well, the thing with Armored Core is that I don't know if enough people played it.
True. That's a good point. Ghost Runner is definitely not winning it.
Very difficult game.
Ghost
A lot of people can't get past the first boss.
True.
I never saw one video on Armored Core, like not like recommended. Never came up.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
In the wrong spaces. No, that's actually fair. I don't think I ever saw videos on Armored Core either, except for like the initial reviews and stuff.
I do like Remnant 2's on here because I think the combat is really good in Remnant 2. I think it's really
Ghost
good.
Runner 2. You haven't played Ghost Runner 2, have you?
I have not played Ghost Runner 2 yet. No. I heard it's exactly the same as Ghost Runner 1 though. There is like
slower.
Yeah, apparently it's slower. There's new abilities and stuff like that.
It didn't
like,
score as high as I thought it was going to be honest.
Huh?
Didn't score as high as I thought it was going to.
Yeah, no.
Not that scores matter, but
No. It has a motorcycle section. It also, I heard, it has another. I'm not going to spoil it.
it sounds like you're about to spoil something.
No, I'm not. There is more sections. There's more new sections than just a motorcycle section.
That's a spoiler.
Huh?
Kidding. No, I want Hi-Fi Rush to win any category it possibly can because I think it deserves it because it's a really fun game and the combat is fucking fantastic. So like, if we're talking about action game, like that is my man. Armored Core 6 is really good.
Armored Core, it's really good action, bro.
It really does, but Hi-Fi Rush also has really good action.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I
suppose you don't have a horse in this race, Nathan. Really, from these
I only
games.
played a few hours of Hi-Fi Rush.
I could definitely see Hi-Fi Rush actually taking this because more people played it than Armored Core. I could see it.
To be fair, this is the only place that Armored Core can and win anything.
Yeah,
it was also only nominated for this.
True.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when the Game Awards airs on December 8th.
We'll be doing a live episode.
Live
at 10 a.m. Australian time on a Friday when we'll be working. Best action adventure game is next. We have Alan Wake 2,
Yep.
Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think
Spider-Man.
this is the only one that Tears of the Kingdom wins. I think Tears of the Kingdom takes best action adventure.
Yeah, it's got to win something.
Because remember, like Tears of the Kingdom was the front runner for Game of the Year for like half the year.
It
like I
was.
feel
And
like
then,
it's still. It's actually, isn't that crazy that everyone was like, when Tears of the Kingdom came out, it's like, well, that's
this
it.
is it.
Nothing else is going to come close to
It was
this.
kind of like the Elden Ring effect. It's kind of like Elden Ring. Like, everyone knew Elden Ring, but now...
Except, yeah, if Elden Ring actually had competition.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Now, question, totally sidetracking. If Elden Ring came out this year, what wins Game of the Year? Baldur's Gate 3 or Elden Ring?
I still think. That's
It's
tough.
really tough.
Oh,
man.
that's a really
That
tough
dude,
question.
could you imagine that? That would have been an insane.
That
Game
would
of
have
the
been
Year.
insane. That would have been.
Like you replace like what Resident Evil 4 in Game of the Year with Elden Ring.
Oh my god, man! That's actually such a difficult question.
It's impossible.
I think Elden Ring still takes it.
You think?
I think Elden Ring still takes it. I think barely. I think
Tears of the Kingdom and Elden Ring cancel each other out because they're both open world games and they're just like, well, these are both open world games.
And just smash it.
But Baldur's Gate 3 is doing something completely different. So like, it's like, yeah, they're both positive. Yeah, I think Tears has got to win something, right?
I still think it's winning Game of the Year.
No,
Really?
come on,
Oh.
get out of here.
It's not my
I
Game
don't
of the Year, but I still think it is.
Nah, we're way past that now. I think the Nintendo vote we split with Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Wonder.
Yeah, I think Tears is winning this.
Action adventure, yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 could win it too. Who knows?
Resident Evil 4
Spider-Man
is really
2 could win it
good.
too. I mean, any of these fucking games could win it, except for
Yeah.
maybe Jedi Survivor. I think. I'm glad it's nominated, but I'm sorry, pal. It's
Yeah.
not winning this category.
I hope Resident Evil 4 wins, but I could see Tears winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Best RPG.
I want to win within this one.
Yeah, sorry, Starfield.
Yeah.
Starfield nominated for Best RPG. Only nomination it got.
I wonder what's winning this one.
Now, wouldn't it be weird if Starfield won Best RPG?
Somehow still won Best RPG, bro. Yeah. No.
So it wins something.
No, Baldur's Gate takes this one. Baldur's Gate takes this one.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate takes it. I want Baldur's. But Baldur's Gate 3's got to take this one.
It's got to. Like, I think Baldur's Gate got this one. It's just
okay. Final Fantasy 16 being here is a sneak. Like, it's not an RPG.
No, it's not.
It's not an RPG. It's just it's only in this category because it's got the Final Fantasy name. Like, that's the only
100%.
reason.
No,
Also,
it's not an RPG at all.
Lies of P, best RPG. I don't know if it's an RPG. Like, I think Lies of P should be in the best action category.
Yeah, 100%.
And then Remnant 2 should be in the best RPG category. They should switch.
I can see that.
Actually, that's
stupid.
they're both Souls games. That's a dumb take. No,
Yeah.
you know, here's what. Final Fantasy 16 should move to action,
Yep.
and so should Lies of P. So there's only 3 RPGs. I don't know. I think there's 2 games here that are not really RPGs. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on.
Baldur's Gate takes
3.
one. Baldur's Gate.
That's the. Moving on
It's
to
definitely winning that.
best fighting game.
Wow.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Somehow Baldur's Gate 3 returned.
Definitely Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
We've got God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6.
So it's between Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6.
I mean, it's not in between anything. It's Street Fighter 6.
You think Street Fighter 6?
Yeah, one game is like people are saying got snubbed for Game of the Year, the other didn't.
Yeah.
I think Street Fighter 6 is a very clear winner of this, and there's no way anything else wins it.
Street Fighter 6 does have a lot of butt, so I understand.
I mean, as I said, Street Fighter 6, everyone was like pissed off that it wasn't in like the Game of the Year
True.
nominees. So
True.
I think yeah, best fighting game is a shoe-in for Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat 1 also, it's fun.
There. Yeah.
I still haven't played as Omni-Man yet. I've got the DLC, but haven't played him yet.
Apparently, he's like one of the best characters. Apparently, he's.
I'm not
really...
surprised. It's like when Apex brings out a new character or some shit. They're like, he's the best character ever.
Yeah. Apparently, he's really good.
Next up is best family game. We should just call this the best Nintendo game category.
Yeah.
'Cause, it's always going to be dominated by family games.
So what I
I
did,
bet by Nintendo games. I mean,
so what I did was I voted Party Animals, but I know Wonder wins it. Like,
you think Wonder's going to win it?
I actually think Party Animals has a chance. It was pretty damn popular.
it was really popular.
The funny thing with Wonder is I've heard people say that with like kids, Wonder's a nightmare because
Really?
you can't sit in a bubble forever now.
No.
There's a countdown. So like the kid, and also if the parent dies, the kid and then respawns, the kid is now the controller of the screen. And so the parents are like, this is fucking awful because my kid is like going all over the place, like not going straight. Like it changes priority.
Oh, interesting.
Is there an option for it to not have screen priority over everyone?
Nope.
Because it used to be shared screen priority. So like it would
you could pull
average
inside.
it would average it out. Yeah.
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 That's weird.
It's just one player.
I don't like that.
And it
it's not good
switches
at
as
all.
well if they're the last person alive or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll switch back to that person having priority. So
Well,
yeah,
you
I've
see
heard
as
it's
a
actually a
parent's turn
nightmare
to-
with kids to play. So it's a bit weird. It's a bit ironic that it's in the best family category because yeah, I've heard it's not great. Pikmin 4 is single player though, so it's like,
Yeah.
That is okay.
is there even any co-op situation with Pikmin?
Maybe Party Animals does win. I kind of hope Party Animals does win because that was a really fun game.
Nathan definitely doesn't
Yeah,
want it to
Nathan, you
win.
did not enjoy it.
It's a fun game.
Yeah,
I
it
just-
is fun.
I just hate that
The
one fucking
shot,
thing.
it's
It's literally just
one-shot
that one thing.
shovels.
That is the only thing.
I mean, from a single player standpoint, I want Mario Brothers Wonder to win because that game is so good. I don't know if you guys have played it yet, but it's like I can't wait to play. I'm gonna play it around over Christmas. It's what I played so far is like wonderful, you know.
Yeah.
Moving on to best sim strategy.
I'm out of this one.
I don't really have a horse in this race.
Yeah, I'm out of this one. Okay, Nathan.
Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp,
one game.
Cities Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4.
What was your
I
vote,
don't think
Nathan?
City Skylines takes this.
No, I don't think it takes it.
I think Pikmin 4 gets it,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I mean, I've only played City Skylines and I like it. It's
I
like
really
City
wanna-
Skylines 1 but better.
I really am worst performance.
yeah.
Yeah. I think Pikmin 4. Yeah, I think Pikmin 4 wins this.
Yeah.
It's the only thing it's gonna win.
Mhm.
Everyone said Pikmin 4 is great. Lucas said Pikmin 4 is great, so I'll take his word for it.
I take his word. Yeah.
Best sports racing.
I'm again out of this one.
I can't find best sports racing. There it is. Yeah, I mean, I've only played. Actually, technically, I've played 2 of these games. I think. I mean, it's got to be Motorsport, right?
I imagine Motorsport takes it.
Yeah.
F1 23 could be like the surprise winner, but I think it's probably between
FIFA.
those two.
Wheels Unleashed.
FC. No, what do you mean FIFA? It says FC 24.
It's fucking
Oh yeah, I
FIFA.
didn't say the names. Yeah, FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Turbocharged, and the Crew Motorfest.
FIFA.
Yeah, it's gonna be FIFA.
No, dude, FIFA never wins.
Yeah,
FC never wins.
It'll probably be
Motorsport.
It's
Yeah.
Forza Motorsport. Come on, get real.
Pretty easy one.
Best multiplayer. We have
Easy one.
Baldur's Gate 3.
presented
Diablo
by
4 did get-
Discord.
Oh yeah, sorry, sponsored by Discord. Yeah.
Mm.
For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. We have Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder. And if only Lethal Company came out earlier, you know?
Yeah. I was gonna
Only
say, if
wa-
only Lethal Company came out earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't win. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 takes this. Like, come on.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I kind of
What we played with the multiplayer was fun, you know?
hope. I kind of hope Party Animals does or Street Fighter, but I know Baldur's Gate will. Baldur's Gate will.
I mean, Street Fighter might take it too.
I kind of hope it does. I don't
Why?
want.
Were you
Baldur's Gate to
against
sweep.
Baldur's Gate 3 now?
I don't want to sweep.
You know, with the sweep. Yeah, it's going to be a bit boring if they just keep
Yeah,
going
that's
up
the
and
thing, I don't
they're
want
gonna
to
do
sweep.
more war
Three.
fucking speeches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine they'll probably do like like they'll compile the awards and be like Baldur's Gate 3 won 5 awards.
Yeah.
And then they just
When they
Party,
call it,
Party
like,
Animals will be a fun. I think that's for me. That's the best multiplayer game I played this year.
No, I agree. I think Party Animals is the most fun out of all these.
I'd say Diablo 4, but you guys don't play Diablo 4.
No, not enough.
Nope.
So
And I
I'm
said,
playing
I
this
played
game.
the
I'm playing it as a
campaign.
single player
really-
RPG.
I really enjoyed the campaign. I hated the end game.
Oh, it's so much better now.
That's my biggest waste of $120.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely, it definitely was. It's alright. I played enough for both of us, you know.
Yeah, I've got
True.
like 4 hours logged.
Yeah.
Wait, you only
Mo-
have 4 hours?
We played it
Really?
once.
Played it one
Really?
night. Seto, that's your fault.
Yeah, you disappeared off the face of the earth.
That is true.
And I
That is-
said I'd
yeah.
only play it with all of us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I kept saying like, oh, if you want to play it, I'll play it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's not the sort of game I enjoy, so I don't want to like push for it.
Yeah.
But I'll be like, we're all playing it, so I'll play it, kind
Yeah,
of thing, you know.
that's
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Second last category, best game direction.
Mhm.
Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
I wonder what's gonna win this one.
I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 gets this one.
Really?
This one has to be Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, I hope
It
Alan Wake 2 wins
It has
this.
to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Look,
if Alan Wake 2 doesn't win best direction, this shit is fucking rigged, and people
Look.
are just voting Baldur's Gate 3 for
Yeah,
everything.
bro, if
no.
Baldur's Gate wins this.
I'm
Look,
telling you,
no.
I'm telling you, man.
Bal-
If any game is more deserving of a single award, it is Alan Wake 2 for best game direction.
Look, here's the thing. Is that
That
it's
game
gonna
is
clean
all
sweep.
direction. It is
I
all
know.
that is the vision is so fucking clear, and it is so much better than any other
Look,
fucking direction
I
of any other
know.
game this year.
I know you've told me this many times, but Baldur's Gate's gonna sweep it.
It's
Okay.
not- it is okay. I'm telling you, Alan Wake 2. The critics are with me. Alan Wake 2 will win best game
I
direction.
hope. Look, please.
I will jump
hope.
out a
Don't
window
get
if
me
it doesn't
wrong.
win.
Look,
Yeah,
don't
the
get me
critics
wrong.
are definitely on Alan
Come
Wake,
on.
but like
They
the
know.
general public is.
Yeah, but it's
don't
only
get me
10% of the
wrong.
vote. It's only
Yeah, I
10% of the vote.
It's up
Don't
Baldur's
get me
Gate's
wrong,
ass.
but like, yeah, like they are. Everyone has spread their asses open for Baldur's Gate. Okay, like everyone's ready for it. Everyone
No,
wants
Alan
it.
Wake 2 best game direction. Book
Yeah.
it. I'm telling you, it's winning best game
I
direction.
Surely.
hope. I hope
Sam
it
Lake will
does.
be up there. Sam Lake put himself in the game. He's in the game, man. Like, there's a Dude, Nathan, did you in the theater in the movie? I'm not going to spoil it. In the movie theater, did you stick around for 15 minutes after the end of that section?
Oh, probably not.
Because there is, I don't want to spoil it, but there is a full-on. Oh, I can't say.
It's a sex scene.
No. There's a 15-minute short film in the middle of the game
That's cool.
that you can
That's
watch.
cool.
This short film that feeds into the story. And it's God.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I did.
You can just I sat there and just watched it.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
do remember
full-
just
it's a
standing
full
there.
15 to 20 minute long short film
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think I might have. It was, yeah, I don't remember.
of a
that for some
fictional
reason.
movie that they reference in the game. And
Yeah.
it's like, what the who the fuck thinks of this? Like
Yeah.
it's nuts.
Yeah, there
Best
were a
game
lot of
direction,
those
Alan
sorts
Wake
of
2.
things.
I'm telling you. Book.
Yeah.
I hope.
Oh yeah, man, the going between live action and not, and and that actually being part of the story and not just
the
yeah.
vision is
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
clear. It's
Yeah.
so it is that game is all game direction.
Yeah.
Now,
Game of the year.
this is what I'm gonna
What
say.
are
Yeah, it's Baldur's Gate 3.
It's funny because like I know they deserve it. Baldur's Gate 3 is the game of the year, even without just even taking away the quality of the game. Like it's the game that everyone's still talking
This-
about
this-
it.
yeah,
It is
this
the
is-
game of the year, like in terms of not just the actual game, but in terms of like the social narrative of the game. Like it's the game of the year.
The insane thing about Baldur's Gate 3 is that it reminded me of when I know it's completely random, but like when Avengers first came out and like everyone was talking about it. I got very similar feeling with Baldur's Gate 3. Everywhere I went, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was talking about like all the different types of in Baldur's Gate and whatnot. Like it was everywhere. It blew up. It really did.
I'm still gonna say it's Tears of the Kingdom.
I can understand.
You're nuts.
Not
You're
for me.
insane.
Bro,
Mine's Alan Wake.
Yeah, I know. But
Dude.
I think it's Tears of the Kingdom isn't even top 2 anymore.
dude, I
No,
hope
I reckon they still suck it.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I kind of hope Alan Wake 2 steals it. I know it's not. I
Dude,
know
that'd
it's
be wicked.
not.
Would you? I would
Dude.
lose my mind. I'd be so stoked.
Not
dude,
happening.
It's not
I know
happening,
it's
though.
not. It's not possible. Like for how big Baldur's Gate 3 was. But
Well, honestly,
imagine if it stole
I
it.
couldn't even imagine the backlash. I could not even imagine.
Game Awards have been cancelled.
Now
Yeah.
just think about it. Just think about it. Now I mean, Alan Wake 2 It's a more kind of critic-friendly genre. It's quick. It's shorter. You don't have to play 100 hours to get to the end of it. I mean, there's going to be people that vote for Baldur's Gate 3 as their game of the year that haven't even finished the fucking game. I mean, come on.
100%.
Yeah,
Get to the
probably.
end and then talk to me.
Yeah.
get to the unsatisfying character endings and then talk to me.
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't even get there, and I got an ending.
You got a really unsatisfying ending to the point where the narrator even said, "No, this is not how this
This is
goes.
not the actual
This is
ending."
actually not how it happens."
Yeah, as I said, I know Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna take it, but I kind of hope Alan Wake 2 steals it. If it,
It would
does,
be really
that'd
cool.
so
Dude,
good.
okay, but imagine if Super Mario Brothers Wonder takes it.
Oh my
No.
god, bro,
No.
no.
It's just out of left field.
Bro, okay,
No
look,
way.
even though I love the game, Resident Evil 4 is not. Spider-Man 2.
I gotta say, I'm honestly surprised Resident Evil 4's here.
Yeah, same. I was very surprised. When I
Like,
saw it, I was up here.
I know remakes are valid, you know, but Resident Evil 4 is so similar to the original game. Like, there's obviously a lot of changes, but it's the blueprint is so much more clearer from Resident Evil 4 to Resident Evil 4 remake that like I understood RE2 remake being nominated way more than RE4 being nominated because like it's still the same kind of feel of the game. It's still third person action. The environments are similar. Like a lot of the locations are similar. It's just been expanded in cool ways and like the narrative's a little different. But for the most part, like I don't know. It's weird. It feels weird to me that it was nominated for Game of the Year in a year so packed that a remake is here. Yeah. I mean that just goes to show how good it is. But it's good because Resident Evil 4 is good. You know, just as a whole.
It was already made.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think, but Resident Evil 2 was like tank controls, top down, classic RE. Like they had to completely redo that game.
Yep.
And redesign it essentially. But Resident Evil 4 doesn't feel Resident Evil 4 remake doesn't feel redesigned in the way that Resident Evil 2 remake was. So I don't know. I probably personally would have put like a Final Fantasy 16 here instead.
Yeah.
Personally, instead
Yeah,
of RE4.
I agree.
Yeah. But yeah,
No,
Baldur's
Baldur's Gate 3
3
takes it.
Baldur's
Yeah,
Gate
I think that's yeah.
I disagree.
Bro, I
think
can't
that's
wait.
dude. I think that'll be wild. If
I
Tears of the
can't wait for
Kingdom
Game
takes
of the
it.
Year. I can't wait if Tears of the Kingdom wins it, and Nathan just like, I told you, like. He's
Bro,
just...
I've been saying it all year since that game came out. This is it. This is the one. It's winning.
Yeah, it's just the conversation shifted so differently
It
though
did.
after Baldur's Gate. Yeah, and
did.
that's the thing. Like it was the clear winner until August, and then even after, and then Alan Wake 2 came out, and I think that's like, it's for me, it's between Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
But I think Baldur's Gate 3 takes it ultimately because it's,
Here's
as
the
I
thing,
said,
like,
it is the Game of the Year. I think Alan Wake 2 is more quality, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 has the social push.
Here's
you
the
know?
thing: I haven't played Alan Wake 2. I already I know how good it is from hearing from you guys, from everybody.
Well, see,
else.
now
Like,
I'm worried that I'm overhyping.
Yeah, we've overhyped it. It's
No,
a shit
no,
game.
wait,
They
man.
just be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just,
Terrible.
this is just Resident Evil
They
4
fucked it up.
combat, but like,
My favorite game as a kid. Nah, they ruined it.
not yeah.
it's funny though because I'm like, Alan Wake 2 hits more for me because I played Alan Wake 13 years ago. Like,
Yeah, that
I
is
think
a
it's-
lot of it.
I wonder if the history helps.
I think it
We'll
does.
see.
To be
We'll
fair,
see.
there are people that reviewed the game that had not played Alan Wake before and loved it. So I
Alan
don't know.
Wake 4.
Alan Wake 2,
B4.
Alan Wake 1, B4,
B4.
Yeah.
B4.
Oh, I thought you said Alan Wake 4.
No.
I'm like, damn.
God, I hope. Keep making
Keep
more of
going.
those.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be
now
another
we
one.
we are at an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to cut
So-
down this we've played section. We've
Yeah,
already
why don't
talked
we
about
just
We play
Spider-Man.
next? Why don't we just do we play next week?
Yeah, we'll just do We Play next week. Does someone
Or do
wanna
we want to quickly talk about Lethal because we just
Yeah, I was
played
gonna
it?
say.
Just talk about Lethal, and that's it.
let's talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Now,
Lethal Company.
unfortunately, there's no. I've got no footage of Lethal Company. I could not find any.
Imagine it in your brain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
just
we'll just
like-
describe the game.
Just imagine Iron Lung. I keep
Yeah,
saying
I'll
this,
find
but
some. I'll find some.
Yeah.
It's all good. I've got some.
Yeah, because to be fair, we did just talk about Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake and Cyberpunk through that whole conversation. So
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a damn good game. It's a really good
There
game.
you go. This is the I was watching Poke play it. There you go. Oh, he's got his fucking chat on the screen.
that's what I was saying. Like
Huh?
It's tough.
hold on. I think I can.
Here's the intermission of where we.
furiously typing.
We're
Yeah,
fucking
here's the-
Pepe chatting, dude.
Here's the intermission of us just.
Yeah, I
trying
got
to
some, I
find
got some.
gameplay.
Yeah, here we go. I got it. Fucking good. There it is.
No, this is the footage. Look at it. Like 2 FPS.
That's not that bad.
Okay.
It's just
Oh
because
wait,
he's
this is someone else.
bopping.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, so Lethal Company. Who wants to go first?
Wait, why are they outside the map?
If you read the
What
title,
is
it said "Lead the
this?
Company" when we went out of bounds.
Whatever. Just talk about it.
Lethal Company is a game where you and 3 other friends are on a spaceship, and we've been hired by a company to get scrap by a certain
money.
deadline. And naturally, things go bad. You know, things go very wrong, and so
Yeah.
we end up going to these planets, and then we're going into these facilities looking for scrap. But there's monsters, there's some aliens, there's some things you don't want to come across. And I guess the big pull of the game, right, is the fact that it's all proximity chat.
I was gonna
right?
say that's the big thing about the game is that proximity chat.
And I
That's
can't
amazing.
imagine playing it without that. That would honestly, that would ruin the experience if you didn't.
It
use
really
prox chat.
makes the game. It really does. Like the proximity chat really makes the game.
And the dynamic voice chat, where if someone gets a slug on their face, it muffles their voice chat.
muffles
That's
them.
so good.
When-
that's perfect. That's
when they're
so
behind
so
a wall
innovative.
or something like that, it also you could only hear them a little bit through the hallways, right? And
Yeah.
it's even when you get walkie-talkies, it's still
Holy shit!
He
Fuck
just-
that.
even when you get walkie-talkies, it's
Oh, walkie-talkie is
still-
the best bit, man. It's so
it's
cool.
so good because
Yeah.
so one loop of the game. So when you are in your ship, you can see where everyone is and you can see the monsters and the loot that's on the map nearby. And I have been kind of doing the Overwatch of it, right? And Jamie, you have said that I'm really stressed because holy shit, you are.
Well, because the thing is, it's I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, on the map, you'll only see the enemy will only pop up if,
You've got a
if
really
it's in the
small
cone
cone.
of vision.
You have
yeah.
so what it is. If they are behind a door, you cannot see them. If they're on a different level, you cannot see them. So if you guys go down a staircase, I don't know if there's any monsters near you at that point, right? There's nothing. The door.
But it's just been so funny where you just been calm.
Because here's the thing: is that a lot of the monsters are fucking fast.
Yeah, dude, they go.
really are. There's one monster that's only on 2 legs and can sprint really quick in a straight line. And Nathan, when we were playing last night, there was a monster to your left and a monster to your right. I'm like, okay, Nathan, this is what we're gonna do. And then a monster like Usain Bolt sprints down the hallway and just kills you straight up. And I couldn't
watching
do
on the
anything.
map and watching the red overlap the blue and they're just dead.
It was so quick. And it's because on top of that, there are monsters inside of the building, inside of the dungeon we go to, but there's monsters on the outside as well. So on top of all that, I need to take care of myself and make sure I don't die.
I died so much to the monsters outside.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
I'd be walking with the double-handed thing, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm out of stamina," and then I hear this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and then I get grabbed by this fucking giant 2-eyed fucking titan thing.
I-
and then
I think there's so much about the game we still don't know yet.
Oh
I
my
feel
God,
like
there
there's
is.
a lot we have to discover.
Yeah.
The fact
What-
that it is so nebulous and you
Yeah.
don't really know what to expect going in. We've seen some copy of monsters before, but that's not always going to be the case, right?
No,
we'll come
yeah.
across
Well,
I mean,
I
you
know-
said there's 20 different monsters. or
There's
some- or
10
some
to
shit.
20 different monsters. There's so
Yeah.
many. There's so many. There's a lot of outside. There's
And
different
there's stuff on I'm
beasts.
assuming harder difficulties that are going to be harder to face.
Exactly. That's
that
the
we
different
haven't
levels you
seen
go
yet.
to, right? Yeah.
It's so fun. The atmosphere is pitch perfect. When you're in these
Exactly.
places and
The slime.
in the
Dude.
beginning when we had no torches and just being we just got to keep walking and then
Yeah.
hoping we don't run into anything.
It's
And the
Yeah, and
fucking
at that point,
turrets.
you can't have someone in the ship watching you because they can't talk to you. So there's
Exactly.
No
Yeah,
point.
no walkie-talkie. Yeah, exactly.
One
There's
thing-
no point.
One thing that I really love about the game is when we didn't know those monsters outside. I went to the ship to drop something off, and I was looking around, and I was talking. Oh no, yeah, I went back to the ship. We realized the monster was there, and it walked in and killed me. It was a dog that came in and killed me. And then Jamie, you came up later. You didn't know who I was, and you just saw my body just
just saw
laid
this
out.
fucking murder
Jamie and I
scene
walked
the
in.
ship.
What the fuck happened to Seto?
Yeah. And that's the great thing about this game is that when you don't have walkie-talkies, you don't know if they're dead now. Because the
I
thing is
like
the
how we keep calling it a dog. It's
Yeah.
dog-ish, but
Bro, it was
But
not a
what-
dog.
the thing about the walkie-talkies is that
who
they
who
can
was the
die.
one who was in the ship who was about to leave and this fucking the dog
It was me and
thing
Nathan.
Yeah.
It was
just
me and
ran
Nathan.
in
yeah.
and just mauled you both to death.
Because the thing about the dog, and I learned this, is that the dog only reacts off a sound. Okay? So, do you know the moments where I say, I'll be back in a second, and I go quiet?
Yeah.
It's because
like, "I heard
the
you, bitch.
dog,
I'm
the
coming."
dog's around, so I need to be quiet.
And
so
you know why the dog came in that time? Because
Why?
you were sitting there with a boombox, and I was sitting there
boombox,
with a fucking
the
horn going.
fucking boombox. Yeah, the dog's like, "Oh, the prey is baiting me in, dude.
Yeah.
I'll come over."
We both turn around at the same time, just.
But like, and it like, what's really funny is the walkie-talkies have battery, so you don't know if that they died or they can't talk to you on the walkie-talkie anymore.
Yeah,
And
you make
there
an
was-
assumption after a while, like, okay, I think they're dead.
You look at the map
Yeah.
and you're like, "Okay, they haven't been moving for like 5 minutes."
Yeah.
The one really funny thing is where when you die, you can still talk to each other, but you can still hear the people that are alive, right? So you can talk to each other, and then you can still hear what they're saying. So you can still hear the guy, "Hey, are you still alive?" Like you
Yeah.
hear them
Can you
calling
play
out
this
because they
game?
don't know.
Oh, this isn't a VR game. I was thinking of a different thing.
Bro,
Oh,
you
I
thought
did.
Shadow was alive for like 5 minutes last night when he wasn't.
Yeah.
We were talking together in the death
Yeah,
chat,
I
and you're
did,
like,
yeah.
Shadow, there's someone right next to you. Shadow, oh my god, Shadow's gonna die. Oh my god. And Shadow's just sitting next to me.
Yeah,
like,
like,
what the
no, but it was
fuck?
like,
His
and it's
shadow died in a corner, so I
Yeah.
thought he was just chilling. I
he
thought
was gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so funny,
Um,
like after a while, you're like, when you're like talking and then you don't hear anyone for a while, you're like, "Am I alone?" And then
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm definitely
Yeah.
the last
And we're
one
all just
alive."
fucking laughing in the death
Laughing,
chat.
Yeah. Oh, I still remember the moment. This was one of the funniest moments we had last night. Jamie and I were the only two alive, and I was in the front, and I was trying to lead Jamie, and then we went down the stairs. I was like, "Oh, let's go this way." And I fell into a hole.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, that was so
And you were
funny.
like,
And yeah. It's good.
It
No,
was so
the
good.
game, the proximity chat makes the game. If it didn't have the proximity chat, it wouldn't be as good. It's so much fun with that proximity.
And yeah, they have
chat.
like voice effects on the chat, so if you're like in an
It
echoey
does.
room or when you're outside,
Exactly.
or
Yeah. It's so good. And like with the walkie-talkie as well, when you guys are walking like over a catwalk, you can hear it through the walkie-talkie. When you guys are outside,
And
you
that's
can
why it's
hear
scary
it.
because the monsters make the same sound. So like when you
Yeah.
hear something else moving, you're like,
when I was
fuck is
behind
that?
you,
Jamie was
didn't
running.
say
You were running
anything.
into a corner, and we thought a monster was running up to us.
sprinting, like hard sprinting at you.
Bro,
and
this
then when
is
you
one
hear
of
a door open, you're like,
Oh my god.
we didn't open a door. Like
Dude.
no one else opened a door. Where
This
the
is
fuck
one
who's
of the
opened
oh
only
my
games-
god,
Holy
I didn't
shit.
realize they stand up like that.
This is one of the
Holy
only
fuck.
games that's legitimately made me scream. Like I don't usually get scared to horror games.
the spider.
But dude, the spider. Holy
Where the
shit.
three of us are just in a room, and then we're like, "Oh, it seems okay," and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden we move our torch, and a
Yeah,
spider
it's
drops
spider,
from,
dude.
from the ceiling.
Full on screamed.
And I
Or,
fucking
like, what-
baboon fucking howled and ran.
Yeah, dude.
I had to fucking wait until the spider moved because it was in the middle of wrapping Seto up in the doorway. Going,
Yeah.
Jesting Seto.
Dude, or like at the very start where we didn't have any flashlights, pitch dark walking through a hallway, Shadow sprints at me out of the darkness. It scared the shit out of me. Like, oh my god. It's such a good game. It's so much fun. What
Fantastic. I can't wait to play
adds-
more.
What also adds to the game is how there are weather effects to the planet. So there's eclipse, there's rain, there's storm, there's
Flooding.
fog.
Oh my god, the flooding,
Oh
dude.
my
that was
God.
awful.
I love how it started flooding. Nathan, you called out very early. Oh, it's
yeah,
gonna
like the
start flooding.
second that it started, I'm like, the water level's going up.
Yeah, we didn't realize until I turn around, I look outside, and the water level's at the grate of the ship. I'm like, guys, like,
We need to leave now. And then, dude, it's so terrifying hauling one of those two-handed
Yeah.
pieces of scrap in the water. Like, oh my, I was like, I'm gonna die here for sure.
And you get underwater voice effects and shit. Like, it
Oh
gets all
my
muffled and you can't hear.
And like Phasmophobia, there's different stuff you can buy. So you can buy flashlights, you can buy walkie-talkies, you can buy stun grenades. There's teleporters and shit. Like you can buy all this different
It's a
stuff. to help
very
you.
similar loop to Phasmophobia, but I think it's a little better just
I
because
do-
of what you're doing and
The
how you're
quota.
getting money.
The quota makes it a lot
Yeah.
nicer.
I think it's
It
also
really
the variety of
forces you.
monsters.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
definitely.
Like with Phasmophobia, like they're gonna be ghosts. Like it's gonna be a ghost no matter what. And sometimes you'll
Yeah.
sometimes you'll see the monster. Sometimes you see the ghost, and sometimes you won't.
But yeah,
Okay.
like this monster right here that we just saw, we haven't encountered them. I don't know what the hell that monster is. We
I have
just-
no
we
idea what
actually
that is.
haven't-
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
he's
Jesus
dead.
Oh, there goes another.
Yeah.
My God.
What do you call?
Oh,
But yeah,
Oh my
no.
God.
Overall,
Fuck.
oh my god.
Oh
my God.
so fast. What is happening?
You see how fast they are? Like,
Yeah,
it's
man.
insane. They're so fast. But overall, this game is just so fun. The game is
It's
just
so
genuinely-
it's so much fun.
It is
Best
really
way to play it, lights off, and then it's just
fun. Oh
perfect.
yeah, it's so good.
Perfect for atmosphere. Yeah, it's
Definitely
great.
play some more tonight.
Definitely.
Do you want to do Fantasy Critic then Building 100?
Yeah, right.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, it's gonna be a quick one on
It's
the
gonna be
Fantasy
very
Critic.
quick. Yeah.
It's
I
done.
win.
It's
I
done,
win,
basically. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
technically, it's not.
No, it's
Because
done.
Sons
It's
of the
done.
Forest might come
It's
out.
done. No, it's
and
done.
you'll get 10 points.
Yeah, no, it's done.
But Nathan still needs to get points on Counter Strike.
No, it's
It's
done.
not happening.
So I've won.
You won. Yeah.
I won. I mean, I just want to say I believed in myself the whole time. Like, I remember when I
No,
lost
wait.
those. I lost those
Redfall
points on
happened.
Redfall. You were like, oh, Jamie's out of the race. It's all downhill
no,
from here.
No, hold on. When Redfall happened, you said you were out of the race.
Yeah,
That
but it was
you.
I was mind games. It was all
You were
mind
mind
games.
gaming, okay.
I never disbelieved. To be honest, if I didn't pick up Baldur's Gate 3, I would have lost.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 fucking saved me.
Dude,
And then I lost 14 on Risk of Rain Returns, but it
Yeah.
didn't matter.
I think next year is gonna be a lot more fun when we have Shadow and Luca in this. Having 5, I think it's gonna like this because we had
I think we should go Chaos Mode and still have 20 games, but
Oh yeah,
five
no,
of us.
100%.
It's like impossible.
and then
because
you
then we're
have
gonna be
choose
fighting
really
over
shitty
betting.
games.
Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, like
Yeah, you have to choose games that you hope gets over 70. Like
yeah, I think it's gonna be way more fun with like we have to potentially pick 100 games between us. Like,
Yeah,
it's not gonna
Everything
be.
we picked, we knew. Well, I mean, bar a couple of things.
Yeah.
we knew.
There was a couple games that I chose that I definitely were like the Dead Island 2, was yeah.
Yeah, and it turns out it was one of your highest scoring games.
No,
Fine.
5? What?
You got a 92 there.
I got so many games that just didn't come out this year because I picked games that I wanted to see, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
actually got a
unfortunate.
lot of blanks. Yeah.
I had a lot of blanks. I would have done better, yeah.
Hey Jamie, I
It's-
think Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is coming out this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
as I said,
hoping.
I think it's too early because like I still think Nathan could get points on Counter Strike.
No, but he's still not going to catch up to you.
Counter Strike needs to get a fucking 94.
Yeah, which is not going to happen.
Oh,
Which is not going to happen. Yeah.
that's fair.
Not going to happen.
95.
And I mean,
actually.
who knows? Like,
No, sorry, 93. Yeah,
still got Hollow Knight Silksong right there.
That's not going to happen.
that's not
Well,
happening.
That's not
I mean, the Game Awards, like they say, yeah, it's out tomorrow.
Drop
And
it.
then,
yeah, sure.
I
Definitely.
gotta say, I'm surprised how well Alan Wake did. I was expecting like an 82, 85
I'm not
on that.
surprised.
But why are you not?
Oh no, I'm just
He's
being
all-knowing.
an asshole here.
He's all
Yeah.
knowing.
I'm
Alan,
just
Wake,
being an
Alan Wake
asshole.
1 didn't score that highly.
Yeah, Jamie won. There we go. We're done.
It was a good year.
Yeah,
for
good
games.
year.
Done.
No, it was fun. I really enjoyed that though. I did.
I'm
really
looking forward
enjoy
to
that.
next year. I'm looking forward to next year because we don't know a lot of the games.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it was good starting off with this stacked year because next year it's gonna be more
It's
fun.
gonna be
because
much harder, and
it's
it's gonna
gonna
be
be
like
much
Shadow's
harder.
gonna find some fucking random ass hentai game that gets like a 92 or some shit. Like it's gonna be like Ninu High Suikenden.
Yeah.
And now that we know about the reviewing thing,
the
properly,
reviewing thing, it'll be
Yeah.
better as well.
Yes,
and
that's
as
very
I said,
true.
I think
there
having
were games
5
I
people,
wouldn't have picked.
I
if
think having
knew
5
that.
people, it's really going to spread it across a lot more, which is going to make it a
Very
lot more
thin,
fun.
very thin.
Really thin. It's going to get a lot more fun.
Luke is gonna
yeah.
pick all the Switch games.
Yeah, Luke is going to really pull those. Yeah.
He's
It'll be
gonna
good
get
fun.
the Princess Peach game. It's gonna score a
Yes.
95. He's gonna win.
Yeah. No, it's going to be good fun.
All right, time to build the 100.
Oh, you?
Our last individual picks before we have to somehow figure out a number 100.
Yes.
Next week. That's gonna be.
I'll go
You go.
first.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick Cyberpunk 2077.
Understandable.
But I'm also including Phantom Liberty, like just by extension in this as well. And I'm gonna put it because I think it is so damn good. I'm gonna put it at number 20. It's a top 20 for me.
Number 20. Cyberpunk.
And actually, sir, it's an expansion, not a DLC. I mean, I can't believe it. I was joking, but
No, there you go. Yeah, just put it in there just in case. Yeah, we're good. All right, what are you doing?
how
Nathan?
dare you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of sad that we have got so little games left now.
Yeah.
Because-
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna add Alan Wake, but I would also want to add Cocoon, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be our shared
Yeah.
one.
I'm okay. I am okay with like as I said, we could.
I'm
remove some
sure there's
games.
gonna be a better one we could add. We'll have
Where
a
are
think
you
Yeah.
about it.
putting Alan Wake 2, I wonder? It's got to be pretty high, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I preferred Control, but I think Alan Wake 2 was a better game. I haven't actually looked where I want to put it. Let's put it here.
Oh
Pog.
shit. Yeah. Cool. Yep.
It's that good, Sato. It's that good.
Yeah.
Now, what are you
Okay.
adding? Some fucking random.
Scroll
ass.
all the way back down. This is gonna be my spore. I'm adding in.
Great. Yeah. What are you adding?
State of Decay 2.
Oh, come on.
I'm putting.
Oh,
As I
man.
said, this is my
This
spore.
might be the least deserving game on the
This
list.
is my
might be the
spore.
Bro,
least
I've got so
really
many more
less
games
than
to fucking
spore.
Yes, less than Spore.
Put it above Mother 3 because I want to put it above there. But
Mother 3 is going to be 100.
It probably doesn't even deserve to be.
No, State of Decay 2 is good, but
no,
it's like...
but I have put so much time in that game, and I do genuinely love that game, and I wanted to wait, and yeah, I was really deciding on it, but like, it's our list, and I do love that game a lot, so I wanted to put that game on the list. And I said, it's my spore.
Yeah, Microsoft better be shipping you that paycheck.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. State of Decay 2 is good. I gotta play more of it, because Nathan, Luke,
It
and I
is much
played it
better
at launch, but it
now.
was so fucking bugged. It was so
It
buggy.
is, it is
It was-
so much
we
better
just stopped
now than it
playing.
did at the start. It's
Liam played it
harder.
with us as well, didn't he? I thought we played 4 people.
He might have.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he might have been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much better now. It
What
literally,
the fuck is our 100 gonna be?
I don't know. The only thing that stops State of Decay 2 multiplayer being good, it's the tethering. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's the only
that's
thing.
why we hated it.
Yeah, it's that tethering. That's the only thing. Which they already said that State of Decay 3 will not have any tething, which thank God.
Yeah, we'll
No,
wait and see. I mean, they
we're
said there was
way
going to be.
past that.
They said there was going
Yeah,
to
we
be
are
split
way
screen
past
co-op in
tethering.
Halo Infinite. And we saw how that went.
True, good point.
Go back
Alrighty.
on their word. All right. Well, that is the end of episode 35 of the 71st Hour podcast. I'm not going to say we're going to be back next week, pending, who knows. We
Yeah.
should be back next week.
We should
might
be.
not
I don't
You
have
know, who
anything
knows?
on, so it should be good.
There might be a meteor shower, and we might all be incinerated. So
That's true. Good
we'll
point.
see what happens.
point.
But
Wait for the
games are
nukes.
good, and hope you have a good rest of the day.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I didn't even say later properly. Fuck.
Good shit.